How's it going, people? Happy fucking Sunday. Hope everyone's well. Hopefully this is going to be a less autistic stream this week, but no promises. How you doing, Moody? What's good, man? Hope everything's well. I'm expecting a few guests to turn up any minute now. Hope everyone's having a fantastic fucking weekend. How's it going, Westy? How's it going, Antec? What's good? What is good? How are we all feeling today? Bo had a bad weight cut. Is that his excuse? The prick. That's his excuse, yeah. He looked like a slightly overblown welterweight in there. So I'm not having that for a second. I knew he was gonna start fucking talking shit. I haven't seen any of his interviews yet because I knew they were just gonna make me angry. How you doing, Ricky? What's good, man? Last week's panel was goated. I don't know about goated. I don't know about goated. It was something. I'm not sure if we can call it goated. Gotta go checking for a 5-hour shift. Thanks for going live, Frank. You can watch live streams when you're at work. That is fucking amazing. Who should Stevens fight? I want to see him fight Poirier. Not that will happen. Of course, that's not going to happen. He probably won't get another. He probably won't get another fight at all, mate. That wasn't a fraud check. That was a fraud check, mate. Yeah, I've been saying it for a long time, though. I feel vindicated. I've been saying Bo Nickel was shit since he fought Cody Brundage. I had high hopes for him initially, but I wouldn't say. I said he'd be 10 to 15. Now I don't even think he gets into the top 15. I think he's fucked. Bo Nickel getting his shit pushed made my year. I'll be honest here, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. I had him in a parlay, but I had him in a parlay where like it made the third round. So I was a little bit disappointed about that, but it didn't really wipe the smile off my face. Bo isn't a fighter. He can be a hammer, but he can't beat a nail. He's got no dog in it. I think that was the most damning thing. It's not just the fact that he's like not the skilled fighter that we all knew he wasn't, but he's a massive pussy. So you can't train for that. How you doing, Thor? What's good, my man? Bo Nickel. Oh yeah, I read that already. What Stevens is so entertaining though. I mean, Dustin Poirier though, bro. You were calling for a Justin Gaethje title shot last week, and that was disgusting. Only because I love you, I didn't kick you out for that. Now you're saying Jeremy Stevens should fight Poirier. He just got battered by some random Welsh guy. How's it going, Orange Cat? What's good, my man? What is good? How you doing, Lane? Good to see you here. Brutal should be along any minute now. I know Gilly's waiting around at the moment as well. I'm going to have him pop in a second. I just want to say hi to everyone first, and then we'll get Gilly in here. We'll get Brutally in here. Hopefully, Bodat will turn up at some point. And hopefully Good Noodle as well. I'm going to try to keep the tism to a minimum. Last week got a little out of control. No, I know it's a dream. It's a shit dream. And I love you, bro. Jeremy, that fight would have been amazing about, I don't know, 10 years ago. Not now. All right, let's let the boys in then. How we doing, lads? Hopefully, hang on a second. I just realized I can't even hear you. Hang on.
Yo.
There we go. How you doing? Jeremy, that fight would have been amazing about, I don't know. It feels weird hearing my own voice. 10 years ago. Not now. All right, let's let the boys in then.
Right, there we go. I was fucking around with my audio. Sorry about that. Right, we're on. We're live. We're good.
How are we doing tonight? There we go. How you doing?
Hang on, I've got about 10 audios coming through. There we go. I've closed some windows down. There he is, the man of the hour, the fucking Giuliano.
Brutally honest, the man
How's
of
your
the
little
hour.
date going with your fucking catfish?
I'm glad that we're starting with this.
Well, I mean, brutally, you're lucky Bodak isn't here because, you know, I did promote his quiz on my panel with Fight Perry. Well, I don't know. What are you doing for Bodak lately? Yeah, you want me to like stop buying time chewing your food, bro? Jesus Christ! Like, oh shit, your audio's fucked
No,
up.
No,
I
I
thought
think
you
he's,
were
I
going
think
yap
he's
for
turned it
about
off
10
because
minutes.
he's eating.
Oh, you could
He was
talk
eating-
this whole
he was
time.
eating
Why
the
you need
floor.
that much time to
No,
think?
Beautiful.
Holy shit!
dickhead.
So how did it go?
What? Oh, that. What?
The catfish meeting that we were all talking about for the last week.
Oh, you mean
Sorry,
wait,
the
the catfish
real
meeting,
female,
bro?
the real female that you would meet.
Yeah, it went like that, bro. That's how that went. Jesus fuck.
Is that your ex that you've gone rekindle some love with?
My ex? No, you mean my ex that lives in the UK that I told you about?
Oh, right.
It's hard to keep
dude,
up with all these stories. To be fair,
Yeah.
How's that? Okay, yeah, all these stories. You realize
Is
this
this
is like
a
this isn't like
friend, Giuliano? Is this a friend or is it a date? You have to establish that.
it's a friend or a date. It's a girl that I'm hanging out with and hooking up with and shit.
Oh, so you are hooking up with her?
That. Yeah, dude. I'm not. I mean, yeah, like, look, dude. I mean, I know I had a cameo in your Good Noodle video, bro, but I personally am not a fan of unicorn. All right, where is Good Noodle, by the way?
I don't know. I haven't heard back from him. I'm assuming he'll turn up at some point.
Oh my god, I'm gonna call his ass on fucking Instagram
He's
now.
probably at work or on his way back from work.
He's probably, dude, he's probably building a shrine to Ilya Tapuria and Roman Delice and fucking, you know,
and to you
like,
as well, probably.
dude, he shoots. Oh, Frankie.
Noodle's your biggest supporter. We know that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Noodle's my biggest supporter. I thought you were, bro.
I say I'm top 10.
Giving me airtime.
I'm top 10.
She's in the McLaren. Bro, if you want, dude, I said that. I hear you. If you brutally, no, you have like. I've look, listen.
I said,
I'm gonna tell. I know. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no. Here's what I'm saying. Okay, I want like life. Like you. There needs to be, because it's like this has happened since I've had my channel, right? I've been accused of making something up. I've proven it. Then again. It gets fucking annoying. All right. So at this point, it's like, okay, you're gonna tell me I'm fucking making shit up. What are you willing to bet? Because this is the thing, bro. Like, I don't think you will bet anything significant. You might bet $100, £100, whatever. No. It's gonna be something significant.
Why don't you name the bet so we can expedite this process?
I mean, expediting the process. I mean, I'm back in New York when I get back, and then
we're not saying you have to do it today or tomorrow, but like.
Well, I physically couldn't, but when I get back to LA, like I told you, I can. I'll be growing a mustache. Brutally will have his profile picture changed to an Italian flag. Brutalmente onesto. Okay, Arsenal's gonna take it so deep tomorrow, and fucking, well, Inter sails to the finals and wins the whole tournament, according to Frankie, by the way.
Oh, I thought Inter were gonna win it, but I've got to be honest here. After their performance,
fantastic.
Yeah, after their performance last, I'm a bit worried.
They look fantastic. They lost at home.
Drew at home.
Inter took it to 3-3 against Barcelona on Spanish soil.
It was one goal. It's one goal that means nothing in the Champions League.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was one goal, bro. It was one goal at home. I knew that you're
a casual football fan. But in the Champions League, one goal means
I'm a casual football fan. Bodak tried to pull that shit with me about Liverpool, and they lost the next
Yeah,
day.
I'm not saying that they can't lose, but you're acting like they've already lost. It's one goal.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Do you really think that? Do you really think that on French soil, did Bodak? Another person I wish was here. I know it's brutally, so I know he didn't just rage quit. He's probably just going to get some. Like the nurse just yelled that like lunch is ready or something. All right, nice.
I've already
All
got
right,
my food.
brutally. So
What that Gillian?
here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Your own fellow Englishman Bodak, right, has said over and over and over. Yo, I have to agree with Lane. Actually, Lane. You're right. Anakin does have that habit for sure. Definitely.
What was that, Gillian?
Definitely.
I wasn't there.
I just said really quick. I had to agree with Lane about Anakin. He pulls that
By the way,
shit.
can I say your
But
camera quality is
oh my God.
camera quality is excellent today. Can I just point that out? You've got it.
Really?
Yours. You've got it nicely framed and everything. Like, it's good. I hope we get more of this. This is good. Usually we can see like
I'm literally holding my phone.
Usually we can only see one nostril or like part of your chin. So like, this is a good upgrade.
Dude, yo, really, do you want me to be honest about something or not? Well, both of you. I meant to say Frankie. I'm sorry, I mixed you English fucks up. I don't really. Frankie's the goat. Brutally's more of like a some kind of rodent. But no, like in reality though, dude, like the lack of production quality is like it's not. I'm not gonna say it's on purpose. It's just laziness, dude. Like I have all the shit, but like I just
I mean, it's okay.
But anyway,
Giuliano, we know the truth. We know that you're struggling financially, and it's okay. I know that the McLaren doesn't really exist, and it's all
music. Yeah, you're right, dude. Musical's laptop bankrupt me, bro.
What you've done is
musical's laptop bankrupt me. Musical's laptop bankrupt me.
Let me talk, Giuliano.
Between keeping
Giuliano, you will have your turn. Shut the fuck up. I was saying you've donated your net worth all to fucking.
I've donated. You're right. I'm such a fan of MMA YouTube that I've donated my entire net worth.
You've donated all
I've started a scholarship. Yeah? I've started a scholarship for young fucking people to become MMA YouTubers. Give them their fucking a huge campaign. Ulysses is the first protege. And is he in the chat?
Ulysses has more subscribers than me. I'm pretty sure. Can I get in on some of this seed money as well?
Yeah, why don't you? Oh yeah, Frankie, you were just telling me. Can we get into this, Frankie? Do you have a weird like thing where you just get off on not monetizing yourself?
No, it was something. Are
you passively taunting Brutally because you can and you don't? Whereas he's like,
No, it was something that I've said from the beginning. I was never gonna. My plan was never to monetize. I'm just to be fair. I never thought the channel would get this not big because it's still.
No, I understand that, but it's like it's not. I mean, it's like a moral, ethical thing. So like, I don't think any of us are like just ravenous for as much money as we can make.
Kind of is. I don't really think.
Not on YouTube.
I don't really think my channel is worthy of monetization. I don't really do anything other than go live.
That's ridiculous.
Bring autism to the world. That's about it.
Frankie, like, yeah, but that, like, in one way or another, that's all what we all do.
I used to do stuff with my, like, I used to actually make, half decent videos, and now I can't be fucked. So.
Right, but I mean, so what? Your streams are dope, dude. Like,
it's not really because of me.
Like, why not monetize? Dude, it's just extra. It's extra cash in hand. Use it to fucking bet. You're more or less betting with house money.
No, the plan at some point. I was saying this a while ago. Brutally knows about this as well. I'm planning on because you know like Northwest situation. I'm planning on if I do eventually.
Monetize, dude, I sent him
funneling the money to him.
Dude, I've done that a bit. I got him and his wife a hotel for a couple of nights. He's a good guy, dude. He really is. I keep telling Northwest to because he needs to come. Like, he's in Washington State. If he came down to California, I believe there's like a GR, which is general relief, program for where like they could get housing paid for by the state, like so it's just like it's hard for me to like look into that with everything else, but I've told him about that, and I sent him money for his phone bill recently. So he's a good guy, and that's
Yeah,
cool
he is.
that you send money. Yeah, everyone should do that. Like, if you got extra money, send it to Northwest.
Yeah, definitely.
He goes live often enough
He
too.
does, yeah,
And
yeah.
he has every kind
He
of
usually goes live
yeah.
when I'm sleeping, so it's a bit of a tricky one.
He goes I mean, he can't. I mean, dude is homeless, like so he does, he does it when he can, but he makes it convenient for people on his channel. He got everything, from Venmo to PayPal to every possible way that you can send him money. So,
Yeah, you can get it out there.
Anyway, let me all right. So like, philanthropy is over. Brutally honest, you're getting fucking killed tomorrow. Arsenal hello, Bodak. I'm glad you're here.
this shows
Speaking
how
of
much
Mogging
of a
again this
casual
weekend.
you are.
Because
They aren't even.
wait a second. I'm glad that Bodak's here. I'm glad that Bodak's here. Just because I like Bodak, but also because Bodak was the one to say that Arsenal shits the bed at the last minute. Unilaterally.
They always shit the bed at the last minute.
Oh, thank you. Now, there you go.
Well,
and
talked about the
and so
McLaren yet?
brutally honest seems to.
Oh no! Wait.
Yeah.
So far, Bodak.
Bodak.
All we've heard is
okay. So Bodak. This is the thing.
This is 20 minutes of the stream. He's not
shut the fuck up. I already said.
He's talking over
like,
everyone.
The chat obliged.
After having
the chat
been
obliged Bodak. They brought it up almost instantaneously as soon as we got started.
That's fine. I've already said, like, after having proven shit or having been accused of lying about enough things, proven that it's a never ending thing. So on this, like, I want money in
It's
escrow.
not a never-ending thing.
Okay,
I disagree.
Bro.
If you actually show a McLaren, no one's going to keep doubting you after you've done that.
Yeah. You sure about that?
No.
What if I said? What if after that? Hold on. Wait. What if after the McLaren? What if after the McLaren? Right.
7 million.
1.7 million.
1.7. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. No, that's the actual value. Yeah, Bodak, I told you how I got it for such a low price, right? And I didn't buy it to fucking drive, bro. I bought it to sell.
So
I was made aware that this dude was selling off.
How many guys' dicks did you suck to get the McLaren?
I mean, in actual fact, it's like 0. But I mean,
Oh, God.
Can you do a poll, Frankie? I want to know what we're going to see first: his mustache or his McLaren.
All right.
No, mustache. The mustache, unless you because I mean, you guys put your little British heads together and think about like how much it's worth to you. Because here's the thing: like, I know the answer, right? So what are you willing to stake on the fact that I don't have a McLaren? Because otherwise, because it's getting. By the way, there's a buyer, who's arranging the shipping. I'm not gonna even be in possession of it for that much longer. So, you guys,
I feel like your
strategize.
reputation is high enough stakes enough.
Yeah.
Wait, whose reputation? Dude, it doesn't matter because always, this is the thing, Bodak. You'll realize this when you get, your channel is growing. You're gonna realize after a certain point, people will just come at you with accusations, bullshit, just trolls and everything. It's after a while, it's you have to, kind of just be like, all right, bro.
I feel like when I tell my crowd that I drive a Citroen C4, they probably will believe me.
Yeah, I believe you. Yeah.
You're gonna pretend you don't understand the overarching point I'm making for content, which is cannibalistic. But you get what I'm saying. So no, yeah, all right, let's make it interesting, Bodak. You do a face reveal. Not only that, you reveal the name of the company that you work for. You quit the company you work for and you go into the business.
That's unrealistic. What you're asking is unrealistic because
you're asking me to sacrifice my fucking career to win a bet.
Here's what I'll do. Not only will I show the McLaren, okay, but I will give you that McLaren. Okay, I will eat the fucking money that I spent, on it, okay, which is a fucking shitload. And I'll literally ship it
Wait,
to
I'm
the
sorry.
UK.
I don't understand. I don't
What do I
understand.
need
I
to
don't
do to get
understand
the
what you're
fucking
getting at.
You
McLaren?
can have that McLaren.
Giuliano, I will
retire.
fucking do something for this McLaren if it's fucking real.
No, back off. Get the fuck out,
Fuck
Brutally.
off.
The
Shut
McLaren's
up.
mine.
Shut up, Bodak.
The McLaren's mine.
My
Get
McLaren.
fucked. You fuck off.
I love how
It's
10,
me.
I love how
Hold
10
on,
minutes
fuck
ago
up.
there wasn't a
No,
McLaren,
but
and now
I'm
we're
listening,
fighting
Gilly.
over it.
listening.
The McLaren is not only real, but it's yours. I will I'll do whatever the fuck I have to do because this guy's money is in escrow already. If I can cancel this fucking deal with this guy, if you do, like, what are you gonna put on the line?
I don't know.
Like,
Are you going to pay
I'll
for the
send you that
export costs
McLaren.
to get it to
That
the UK?
McLaren, if you can find a buyer for it, right? In which you should be able to, because
Nah, fuck that. I'm going to take it down to
You could
Silverstone.
you
Take
could use
Brutally and Frankie with me. We're going to visit around the
yeah,
track.
well, you'll drastically reduce the you're going to reduce the resale value of it. If
Yeah,
you
but I got
drive
it for
at
free.
all.
I'm still going to sell it for 300k.
Yeah, drive
You'll
it for
take
free.
the S
Sell
on
it
that,
for whatever
Gilly.
you
I'll
get
go
for it.
fucking hell.
Yeah, that would be funny. Yo, imagine if Sniff was right. It's like, and you did quit your job and everything. And it's like, yeah, bro, here it is. The Hot Wheels McLaren. Would you be hot under the collar? Would you be pissed off?
What do I need to do? What's my proposition? You fuck.
Well, no, it's just like, what are you willing to bet? Because if you're like, are you?
No, but
like,
how does can I ask a question yet? How does the McLaren end up in either Bodak or Brutely's possession? I don't understand that.
I'm not giving it to Brute. That would never happen.
Okay, how does it? Wow.
No, I'm
yeah,
joking.
because he knows.
I'm joking about giving it. So it's like, no, it's like, here's the thing. It's like, if you truly believe that I'm just like, I am here and I'm just bullshitting, right? Okay, like then it should be easy money. It should be easy money, right? So yeah.
Gilly, the thing is though, your bet has a massive flaw, and let me explain. For me to win the McLaren, I need to prove that you don't have one. So how does that make sense?
I was joking about
that's what I was asking.
I was joking about that.
I don't understand how the transfer comes to one of you when it's him proving that he's got it or not.
I'm not actually. I was joking about giving it to somebody. I have a buyer for it. I'm not gonna fuck up that.
Oh, so basically, what you were doing is you were trying to manipulate Bodak into revealing who he actually is, costing him his career for you to go, oh, look, I do have a fucking McLaren. Haha, it's not yours.
And there's me with my little Bodak children unable to eat because their dad fucked up on a bet.
I mean, well, yeah, that's the game you're playing, bro. But no, I wouldn't.
Just show us the fucking McLaren, Gilly.
No, like, bro, I will. What do you fucking no? Because if you don't believe me, what are you willing to bet?
Why would we believe you?
Why wouldn't you though?
Because you're saying you bought a 1.7 million pound car for 200k. It's just so
I have to
ridiculous.
teach you this fucking lesson, like, again and again and again. That everything I've said about myself is legitimate. I wouldn't just it's not something that, like, you know, I'm not Lucrative James doing a day in the life of a professional gambler, renting shit and fucking.
I'm getting deja vu here.
And how that came up was I was talking about flipping houses and like, you know, occasional other like assets like that. I don't have a McLaren. Like, it's on my whip that I'm fucking driving around LA in a McLaren and shit. It's like, it's literally, I bought it. It was shipped to the United States. It's in a garage while I've been fucking looked for a buyer.
Wait, sorry, it was shipped to the United States from where?
From the UK, actually. The client. So, all right. So my cousin.
So what side is the drive then?
Dude, I don't know shit about the fucking actual car. This isn't like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Have you even seen the fucking car?
It's an asset that was bought to be sold at a higher price, because the person that I got it from, who I was introduced to through my cousin, who I don't want to get into what he does, but, you know, this guy was selling off assets, fire selling off assets, if you're familiar with the term, going through a divorce, losing money constantly, needing to pay for you know, legal funds and you know, lawyers and things like that. Selling things at crazy reduced prices, property, things like, you know, assets like that, right? So, at this drastic, so, my cousin's like, yo, should look at some of the things this guy's selling. I'm not going to buy property in the UK. I was like,
What's wrong with
okay.
property in the UK?
Well, I do have a little bit. I'm an EU citizen through Italian citizenship, but like not being a citizen of a country and owning property there is tricky.
So I didn't mean to take us off on a different tangent.
No,
I
just you asked. I have looked into it. It's like you owning property in the U.S. It's like it's you have to go through a bunch of bullshit.
No, it's not that hard. I looked into it recently.
Into what? Into owning property in the U.S.
Yeah, it's not that difficult.
Well, you
get an international mortgage.
It's not that tricky. It depends on
it's just the same as getting a mortgage for anything. But if you're buying property outright, then
that's what I'm saying.
You can buy a McLaren outright. Surely you can buy property outright.
Yeah, you can, but it's like it's
so that's less tricky than someone who would need to get a mortgage.
Well, yeah, that's true. At the same time, dude, I wasn't looking to buy this dude's
just
estate.
Buying property in general is a bit tricky.
No, not in the United States. It's a lot easier. There's a few ways to do it. I mean, if you're just an independent person with the capital, you go to the bank, and if you're trying to buy a house that's just been foreclosed on, you go to a bank, you go, like, I know you're about to put this up for auction. They're in the business of not losing money more than they are of making money. So there's a tiny % chance that they might not sell it at auction. You have the capital, they'll sell it to you right there. You have a contractor, you renovate it for sale, you track, you look at what off-market value is in that area.
Yeah, but it's no different. It's no different.
In the UK, once you've got a mortgage approval, you can bid on anything you want, including auctions.
Well, yeah, see, I skip, instead of going to auctions, I don't I go straight to the bank before. So in between foreclosure by the bank and that property being at auction by the bank, right?
Did you get into a bidding war over the McLaren? Was anyone else fighting you for it?
No, not at all. Not at all.
So how come you got this special privilege to buy such a thing?
It wasn't a special privilege. The guy needed money.
Listen to the story, Bodak. It's very plausible.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, this guy's thinking, oh my God, my wife's going to take everything I own. Good. I know Gilly's got a bit of cash. Let's offer him a McLaren. Like,
it was
what's your relationship with this said guy?
My cousin.
Is he an ex-partner? Is he an ex-boyfriend?
No. He the guy that had I'll tell you privately, but like basically the guy had, it wasn't just a divorce, it was that he was being indicted for shit, and and he was a client of my cousin's, and
so you're not even close to him. So you're not even that close to him, and you got this special privilege to buy the McLaren at a reduced price.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Let's say that for whatever reason, right? You just lost like your source of income, right? So
yeah, but no. Right, before you start talking, I just want to say something. Before you start, you've talked a lot, Giuliano. Right? If someone owns a McLaren, you're telling me they have not got friends or family members in the same financial situation where they can buy that McLaren outright. That they come to Giuliano, a friend of a friend of a cousin of a cousin of an uncle of a fucking ex-partner. Right, they find Giuliano to buy the McLaren, who's in a different fucking country as well.
Really?
You're the guy that they come to.
Yeah. Are you done?
Oh, really? Oh, you're the guy they come to.
Can I explain?
Gilly, do you want to buy my Citroen C4?
No, it's a terrible car. Bodak, that's a terrible car. And I would have to have it imported to the United States, which would cost me extra money, and then try to even break even on selling.
How much does it cost to import a car from one country to the other?
It varies. It varies based on I mean, usually people only really do that. What?
It's remapped. It's rapid as fuck.
It is, but it's also and it's really only, I mean, it's hard to think of it. Dude, really, there's more. Ketamine, you don't hallucinate on ketamine, Betty. You go, I mean, it's that technically you don't hallucinate. I mean, you do, but you don't. Like, what? Oh, sorry. So, brutally, to answer your question, you know, it's like, why me? Why not someone associated with him? Like, I mean, I really like I said, it's like I don't want to get into like the specifics of the guy's situation of what his situation was and is, but like, no, he had
I'm
people
upset,
like people
Gilly.
walked
I'm
away,
really
people
upset
walked
because you
away
show so
before
much
walking
compassion
away.
to this guy. I just offered you my citrusy thought. You didn't even ask if I'm struggling.
Wait,
You
I've
didn't even ask.
shown
I could be
compassion?
struggling right now, and I need your
I have
help.
no
You
compassion.
know how
Why
many
does this
kids
guy get
Bodak has?
compassion and not Bodak?
Who gets compassion?
This
The guy
guy,
that I
you're like
fucking
you're doing him a
Random guy who
solid.
dude,
wants the McLaren.
I bought his fucking. It's like, you know, I bought something that cost him, you know, at only like, you know, somewhere between $1.5 million and $2 million for north of $250,000, like, because he needed as much money as possible in the immediate. It's like if Brutally Honest lost his, you know, whatever his source of income was, and he was just selling off like his TV and his laptop and in a fucking yard sale. Is he gonna be? It's like the guy that buys his TV.
I love that we're
get a-
comparing the sale of a $1.7 million
No, it's literally
exclusive limited edition
it's
car
literally
to
the same thing. It's the same
You,
thing.
you
just
know what,
scaled way up.
Giuliano, I'd rather be in every possession that I own than sell it to a cunt like you.
That's
Caravaggio.
not true.
I do it, Caravaggio, because I fucking hate
My
it when you put your foot
feelings,
down and
really.
nothing happens. I like to overtake.
Wait, why would you not sell? Hold on, Brutally. Why would you?
Why
not,
would
that
you
doesn't
not
even make,
remap a
That doesn't make
Citroen
any
C4?
sense. You just Brutally, you rehearsed that, bro. It reeks of that. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Also, that's not even true, bro. You would sell me
just
one of
said, yeah, it says
You're
true.
gonna be
I would.
releasing merchandise soon, and I'm buying the first piece of merchandise.
I'll ban you.
Let's tease that.
I'll just refund your order.
You won't. I can't have one.
Yeah, no. You if you donate, I'll refund it. If you buy anything, I'll refund it.
I don't buy that for a second, bro. I don't buy it for a second.
Yeah.
I told Orange Cat. When Orange Cat got monetized, I told him before he was monetized that I would give him his first dono, and I did, right? Because he got monetized recently. Like, I dare.
Yeah,
So
now you own that little bitch. Now you own that little bitch.
Dude.
Yeah, you do. Everything with Giuliano comes with a price tag.
You act like
I'm not that guy, Giuliano.
Okay, Brutally. It's all good when I promote other people, like they're all sucking my dick, but like when I promote you on my channel, when I promoted your last video that you made on my channel, that's like you're not sucking me off. You're like, right?
I'm going to buy merch for me and the whole family. We're going to represent.
Yeah, because I tell you, go fuck yourself. I'm your fucking nemesis. I'm your fucking
what?
Mr. Freeze to your fucking Batman.
You're the Mr. Freeze to my Batman. You're the Arnold, dude. Again with like thinking about
Joker. Yeah, I was thinking Joker.
Again, thinking about Arnold.
I'm not that cool.
You just thought about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm like the Riddler or fucking Mr. Freeze. I'm not a Joker.
Wow, you're Marvel guy, huh?
DC.
That's DC, Giuliano.
Oh wow, sorry, I forgot. Damn, I'm on a
Stop
panel.
pretending you don't know.
I know, yeah.
I really don't know Marvel versus DC. I think that Batman's like, isn't Batman just a regular? Yeah, he's a regular.
He's a
person.
detective.
Yeah. I don't mind Batman. All the other shit's gay. Like,
yeah, Batman films are not the real Batman. You got to read the comic books. That he's a detective. He's not some crime-fighting ninja.
In the next life, bro.
He doesn't go around looking for a fight. He's a detective that fights if he needs to.
Doesn't he have like, but he has gadgets and shit. So it's like James Bond.
Yeah. Most of them are to help him solve crimes, not to fight people.
Right. Well, did I say that he was like, you know, just like fucking starting with people? I didn't say that.
No, I'm just saying.
So you're saying that Batman is somebody that you would say Batman's a good role model?
No, he's a terrible role model, but he's.
But you're like, he
I'm just saying,
he's
basically Sherlock Holmes in a cape with some gadgets.
Yeah, that's gay.
Yeah, pretty much. That the comic book iteration to the movie iteration is completely different. I don't know how we got here, but okay.
Yeah. Well, we got here because like I'm
This
talking
is
to a couple
fucking
of
incredible.
man children. Actually, just brutally, like you said, he started using comic book analogies for like real life, like
Yeah, that was
financial
it.
transactions, which
Your fucking fault, brutally.
Plus,
Yeah.
you're calling Gilly Batman. I don't like that.
Yeah,
that Sif
Yeah,
said Batman has all that money and won't unalive anyone. What a pussy. Good point, Sif. Why doesn't Batman kill people?
Because he's not a fucking asshole.
I mean, what do you? Okay, so like, what about Andrew Jack? Well, actually,
sorry, can we
No,
just
you could
rewind for a
argue that
second,
Andrew
Jay? Can
Jackson
we just
was an
He
rewind for a
doesn't
second?
murder
You said-
because that
Can
makes
we
him as
rewind
bad
for
as
a
the
second?
criminals he's fighting.
You said he has a lot of money and
I
he's
just-
too much of a pussy to unalive people. Like that's
That's
that's the gap that stops people from killing people. Just like being broke, or else everyone would
Yeah.
just be running buck wild.
right. I mean, who says I've never killed anybody, Frankie?
How many people have you
Oh,
killed?
we can tell. We can tell. Like, look at your face.
Let's get into this then.
I mean,
That's how he got the McLaren.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
exactly.
We'll push the McLaren to the side for a second and ask how many people you've killed.
Yeah, good. Incriminate yourself. That's how many people have you
Zero
killed?
people. Holy shit! It's a joke. Fuck. I didn't realize it was a fucking courtroom with these two fucking. Where are your wigs? Your fucking gay British judges. Jesus.
Giuliano, it was obvious that they were trolling you
It's
because
Giuliano, by the way.
we look at you and we look at the most female looking version of a man, and we know that you would not ever
Wait, hold on.
be able to kill anyone.
Wait. You say that, but Good Noodle isn't on panel yet. So.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, Good Noodle aside.
Just throwing Good Noodle under the bus there. Like, oh, you think I'm weedy? Wait till Good Noodle's here.
And by the way, like, I will dispute that, but I would dispute that, but we don't know what Bodak looks like to make it fair. And also, really,
well, you do, Gilly. Come on. You all know what I look like. You're in my
We all know
WhatsApp
what he
group.
looks like, yeah, because we're in the group.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is for the audience, but but brutally, it depends on what you mean by feminine, because I mean, I think that you're if you were to be fitted for a bra, you'd be at least a B cup. I mean, no.
I mean, that's kind of standard in the UK. Like, men have moobs. It's not really a thing.
Right.
Gilly.
So what you're saying? Damn. So what you're saying is, do you find that to be true, Frankie? Because Frankie in Thailand,
I would assume there's more in America, to be fair.
Yeah, America has way more obesity, bro. Frankie was in Thailand. Frankie took his jacket off. He had arms sleeved with tattoos. He's playing.
Yeah, but what you're saying is you're associating femininity with being fat, and that's not true.
I'm associating I'm associating femininity with literal estrogen levels, of which yours have to be spiked way higher than mine.
The United States is the 10th fattest country in the world.
Bodak, no arguments. That's what I said.
You're number 10. At least you're not the fattest. The United Kingdom ranks 55th.
Stop saying me like I'm like, bro. It's
That's
like
surprising.
I'm not. I have no part in the obesity epidemic of the U.S. I agree that it's the fat.
Yeah,
like,
we've got our obesity is 26.94% of British people.
Look at Bodak. You know that Texas has the state of Texas.
In America, it's 41%.
Okay. Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
That's
bro.
wild.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I'm not in that demographic though, so it's like you keep saying you guys, like I'm fucking one of the fatties, bro. I lost on the Garcia Ramirez fight. I thought Ryan would win to hype the devil in it. Dude, that was a
boxing really lost this weekend.
Dude, it's like
Frankie,
Frankie, can we finally just like say that, like, because it's every like Fury Usyk too. It's like every like there hasn't been a boxing card honestly since Spence Crawford that hasn't been almost a complete disappointment.
No, that's not true. We had the Matchroom versus what was it? Matchroom versus what's Frank Warren's stable called brutally?
Fuck. What's it?
We all
What's
know
it
what you're
called?
talking about. It was
5
Frank
versus
Warren's
5.
5 versus 5. Yeah, that was really good. To be fair, the Eubank card was really good as
It's
well.
Queensby.
Last
Do
weekend.
you mean
Queensbury? Yeah,
Queensbury.
Queensbury.
I mean, okay, but it's like you're struggling
pretty
to find one, and I understand that. Like, I'm not like,
Yeah,
but like, you get what I'm saying about
I'm not
boxing.
arguing with you. I'm not arguing with you. Boxing is.
I mean, I know
pretty
you
shit,
like Eubank.
generally. I do.
the whole boxing?
Dude,
industry
I
is
love
fucked.
boxing. Like, I love like old boxing. Like, but like I was talking to Idaho, and I've talked to Orange Cat about Sonny Liston, about Tommy Hearns, about like boxer, like like boxing
Yeah,
in
but
the era when boxing
as much as we talk about boxing have the opportunity. Every card that they put on, they can change it because they have different promoters. They're not bound to these rules that like the UFC are and the promotions and the TV production. And I was talking, some of you might have seen it in the chat. I was talking to Fal about it quite in depth, and the UFC are. The shit at the moment. The absolutely fucking shit. And they're bringing back guys like Jeremy Stevens for
Dude, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. Although Mace, he did better than I thought he would. A little bit.
Well, he has been on a little bit of a run outside the promotion as well.
But he went on a run in a different sport. It's not like he went on a run in MMA. He went on a run in a different sport.
Exactly.
No, but I think if a guy like that asks to come back after having like 25 fights in the UFC, I think he's still got his wits about him. They should probably.
His record's 29
and it was in Iowa, which is his. I think he's from Iowa as well, right? Jeremy Stevens.
I don't mind Jeremy Stevens coming back. That is not the issue. What I have an issue with is Jeremy Stevens coming back and then feeding him to a guy like Mason Jones, where it was an obvious that Mason Jones was going to fucking win the fight. If you put him against a Jim Miller, a Matt Brown, a fucking Clay Guida, then fair enough. But why are they feeding these like veterans?
I agree with
that's
true.
That. That's true. We talked about this last week.
B-Rod versus Ponzinibbio is an example, like on the same card.
Perfect matchup, really great matchup, absolutely phenomenal matchup. Exactly, but it doesn't happen often enough. That is
where you get same age, same size.
Well,
same reach, very similar
okay, so Ponzinibbio's last fight was against Carlston Harris. I mean, you do see that a little, and then against Muslim Salikov, it's like they do those, like Jose Aldo and the hobby.
Look who Jim Miller just fought, an on-form, Chase Hooper.
Yeah,
what are they doing? What are they doing? Feeding these veterans? It's a lack for me. That is a lack of respect.
What's interesting?
Fucking lack of respect for the fighters.
Really,
we're not talking about some guy who's had a few fights in the UFC. We're talking about guys who have like had a full career in the UFC, and then it's not even a changing of the guard. If it was a changing of the guard situation, like a champion and it's a new contender, we're talking about a guy who is way past his prime. He's still exciting and fun to watch, but they're putting him against an upcoming contender who is very likely going to starch him. It's ridiculous. They shouldn't be doing it. It's a lack of respect.
So I have two things on that, and like I kind of agree about that. Like you have like you have matchups like Gilbert Burns versus Michael Morales, right? Where Gilbert Burns is on his way out, Morales is coming up, and you see those all the time. They use Neil Magny for that purpose over and over, and then but they did it with
a journeyman is different than a veteran who is way past his fucking prime.
And also you find out like with Cannonier Rodriguez that like Jared Cannonier ain't like he's 40 going on 41, and like he's still ready to fraud check like prospects, but also and there's something to that, but then also I agree kind of with what you're saying about, Stevens versus Mason Jones and Chase Hooper versus Jim Miller. But if you think about it, look how much better Jim Miller and Jeremy Stevens did in those fights than people thought. People were expecting finish.
No. Jeremy Stevens did as shit as I thought he was. He was
people
going
were
big.
People were expecting him to get finished.
No, he wasn't. No, it's Mason fucking Jones. Like, if you know who Mason Jones is, he's a complete fighter, but he's not a finisher. I know he's got some finishes outside the UFC, but he is not a finisher. If you know MMA, he's just going to take it to a fucking decision. He's a fucking decision machine, and that's what he's going to be in the UFC.
Now, obviously, this is against way lesser fighters, but in his last 10 fights, really, the majority of his, I believe the majority, at least the last 5, the majority of his wins were by knock. I think he had 3 knockouts and a decision win.
Ooh, Mason Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his last 3 were knockouts.
Yeah, he has several finishes.
Yeah, in Cage Warriors, which is shit.
Yeah, I know.
Like, do you know the talent that they've got in Cage Warriors? It's fucking wank.
It's not great.
I mean, Cage Warriors isn't bad. Cage Warriors isn't bad. Cage Fury,
no, it's great to watch.
I will disagree.
It's great to watch because you get shit fighters grappling and beating each other up. It's
Cage,
not high level.
Giuliano, you're so out of touch. Cage Warriors, shut the fuck up a minute. Cage Warriors used to be good. And then what's happened is in Europe, you've got Brave FC, you've got Octagon MMA, you've got all these other European promotions popping up. You've got KSW, you've got all these European promotions. And they've diluted the pool from Cage Warriors. So Cage Warriors isn't attracting the same talent that it was.
What about Cage Fury Fight Club? What do you think about that? CFFC?
I don't really know.
That's what he's making a point about how many promotions popping up.
I get the point.
Hey, hang on, Gilly, stop interrupting, dude. I'm not. You got to stop interrupting. His point was there's too many promotions popping up, and then you added another one to the mix as if you missed his point.
No, I get it. No, I didn't miss his point. What I'm saying is I think there should be more. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with there being more promotions because the best promotions rise.
No, I agree. More promotions is a good thing, but Cage Warriors is struggling right now to attract good talent because
and usually as soon as they get anyone good, they usually get farmed up straight away. Like if you see someone's like a cut above everybody else, the UFC or somebody sweeps right in and takes them immediately.
Did you know the guy who owns Cage Warriors, he is the manager for several fighters in Cage Warriors, so he benefits from pushing prospects into the UFC as quick as fucking possible.
That's the problem, isn't it? Like,
yeah, but in regards to the talent pool is not good enough.
You were around, obviously, when you had Pride. Fedor, there was not a chance in hell Fedor was ever going to go to the UFC, right? Like, you know what I'm saying?
There was a whole different mess with that.
And Ryzen and One Fight Championship, like you have promotions like that
Fedor,
where people just aren't going in, like they're not going to go to the UFC, like and KSW to an extent as well. Like some of the best promotions internationally, you don't have that. I mean, Rainier de Ritter. Like, how many people have come from One Fight Championship to the UFC? There's De Ritter. There's fucking who else? Goddamn. Manel Cobb came from Ryzen.
Yeah, but my point is, Cage Warriors is a feeder for British talent. Like how what's the American promotion? LFA. LFA is a feeder. Yeah, LFA is a feeder for
and that's all they want to be.
The UFC.
That's all they want to be.
But no, Giuliano, let me talk.
Three cards ago,
let me fucking talk, man. Let me fucking talk.
Gilly, dude, let people talk.
I just want to say, like, LFA is great, dude. There was, I mean, it's hit or miss, to be honest, but there was three. I think it was 3 cards ago. This might have been the best MMA card of this year. Like,
but I don't really watch LFA. But with Cage Warriors, the UK talent isn't getting enough experience in Cage Warriors. So when they are going to the UFC, like Mason Jones, he got run through. He absolutely got run through on that first stint. And he did not look good.
But that happens. I mean, okay, so like, and I hear what you're saying. I'm not gonna even necessarily disagree. But I mean, there are plenty of fighters like Yusuf Zalal had a shit first run in the UFC, left, came back, and now he's already ranked. Like, I mean, it does happen. But I mean, I see what you're saying, but like, how we got here is, you were saying that Jeremy Stevens being matched up with Mason Jones was like an injustice, but now you're telling me how shit Mason Jones is, and
No,
Jeremy
I'm not.
Stevens
No,
looks
because
way better than
I
people
think
thought.
no. Right. So Mason Jones is a bit of an exception. I think he got pushed too early into the UFC because he became champion in Cage Warriors and then straight away he went to the UFC. I think he needed defend the title in Cage Warriors a little bit more, get a bit more experience, then go to UFC. He is a great fighter. He's a very complete fighter. Will he be champion? Probably not. But he's going to be good. He's going to be okay.
You think you think he beats Oban Elliott, for example?
Who? Mason Jones?
Yeah.
Well,
No, I don't think they're in the same. They're not.
Yeah,
in
they're not the
division,
same weight.
They're not. But they're one
Oh,
apart.
no.
Yeah,
they're one
different
apart,
weight
so-
division.
They're one apart. So if fucking Mason Jones were to go up, I'm thinking about Welsh fucking fighters. If Mason Jones went up to 170,
I don't think they'd fight each other probably for that reason. But
They're
both
different
Welsh?
gyms though, so I think they're different gyms. So I think that there's a possibility.
yeah,
I don't know how.
Pavlovich versus Volkov, where there's
To
animosity.
be fair though, I don't think Mason Jones is that big for lightweight anyway. So I don't think he'd ever go up. If anything, he'd probably go down. I don't think he's that big. He's not that big.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I would have to look more into him, but
how
But
did
anyway,
everyone do on picks last night? By the way, well,
I don't want to talk about it.
Segue.
yeah, I mean, both.
I think it was a horrible. I think it was a horrible night for most people.
Yeah, dude. I looked at predictions tracker, like I'm like at 6 for 12, ups to Bodak until next week, bro. But 6
Bodak,
for
what did you
12 and
go?
7 and 12. You went 7 for 12. I went 6 for 12, right?
Pretty good for yesterday's card.
Guess what, dude?
I'm still in the top 20 for Tapology in the big thing. We know Gilly loves Tapology.
Dude, Tapology means fuck all, dude. It's predictions tracking. That's what matters.
I only care about the ones I'm doing well in, and that's silk pajamas. So shout out to
Bodak, and the reason I say Tapology.
Oh shit! I didn't check my silk pajamas. Actually, I'm going to do that now.
I can't even remember what I put on silky pajamas. Talking about the card, Montel Jackson versus Daniel Marcos.
Dude, I'm happy that Jackson took Marcos because Marcos was undefeated 17-0 after a career of hugging.
It was a bit of a flattering record. 17-0 was a bit flattering for him. There was a lot of hugging going on.
Davey Grant got robbed.
This is one what I wanted to discuss, right? With the hugging, do you think it could have been split up more?
Say that. Sorry, what? One more time.
Obviously, there was a lot of wrestling going on, a lot of like sitting on the fence, a lot of clinch work.
That's Marcos'
Could it have been
game,
split
bro.
up?
That's what.
I think Marcos kind of fucked himself, though.
I think that Marcos
kind of fucked himself.
Dude, Marcos has done that.
Up.
Marcos has done that in so many fights. It's like you look at this guy's 17-0, and then you look at some of his fights, bro. The Adrian Yanez fight.
I'm not talking about his past. I'm talking about specifically.
Exactly. Davey Grant was a robbery. I think that Marcos hugging a lot was like, I mean, I think it should have been separated. I agree. Paradox did not go 9-12. I was talking to Paradox all the time. Paradox picked Dontel Mays, I think. Dude, how about Peterson? Yo, that was not, dude. Peterson, I'm sorry, that was the best performance of Peterson's life.
It's
and
not
like,
that. Don't tell Mays is very shit.
Hold on. For a fat ass heavyweight, the way that he was thrashing Dontel Mays around, almost arm triangle choked him. I'm not. Come on, that's somewhat.
Dontel Mays has a record of like 12-9.
Bro, it doesn't.
This is not a shock.
Yeah, Peterson. Yeah, but dude, come on. At least the
What's
fight before
Peterson's
this
record?
one. Come on, he got lean for it. He only weighed 259. His fight before last, he took the extra pound at heavyweight. Like Dontel Mays got, dude. There was no tomorrow in Dontel Mays' eyes, and he had 5 inches on Peterson. Peterson still threw him around, like the way that dude, it's a heavyweight Movsar versus Aljo. You ask me.
What? That's a wild comparison.
No, not at all. It's not that at all. But Peterson did look really good. I mean, it
No,
was
fair play
it
to
was
him.
dude, he got a
he looks like he's improved.
30-25. One judge gave him 30-25. It was 30-25, 30-26, and 30-26, I think. Like a 30-25 is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
When was the last time saw it? Sorry, go ahead.
How happy is everyone that Bo Nickel got finished last night?
Very
and
happy.
Exceedingly.
Speaking of
very
it,
happy.
I picked him.
Do you think he quit, or do you think it was a
No,
legitimate?
I don't think he
knee
quit.
to the
Dude.
body?
I think Rainier
he-
Ritter's
I think he
bizarre striking,
I
which
think he quit.
works.
Frankie thinks he
I think
quit.
he absolutely quit.
I think he could. I think he could have took that shot and carried on fighting.
You know,
I think he'd already.
I think he's not used to getting hit. I think he's not used to getting hit. And then when it finally happened, he was like, "Fuck, I don't like this." And then you could just. We've all seen that look on the face. You know, when you see like a scrap in the playground when someone
that look on the
talks
face
a lot of shit and then they get battered and then they get that look of like, what did I get myself into? That's the look I got from
exactly that, Frankie. Exactly that. It seemed like he was shocked. He was like, "Holy fuck! Like I've been hit. Fuck me."
Yeah.
Like, he did not like it. He 100% quit.
I think that Bo Nickel staying on the feet at all and not just spamming takedowns was very, very. Yes, Princess Nokia. Yo, what's up, Nokia? Yes, JVD would be that person.
But the thing is, like,
I think
that's how I got introduced to JVD.
You asked, because he told her not to breed with people because they might be racially tainted. He's been a weirdo to her in chats, but regardless, you asked if he quit, right? I mean, I think that he was overwhelmed by.
We said he quit.
The strikes to the body, bro. I mean, it's like, what do you consider quitting, bro? He gave out.
Let's be honest. I mean, I know liver shots are brutal, but like it. Like
he was shelling up before the liver shot, and I don't know if no one will know if it was on the liver, whether it was a proper full-on liver shot. We know it was a body shot. It was in the area. We don't know if it was.
The thing is, we all thought, that Bo Nickel was like, a lot of us have been talking about this for a while. We've all been saying that Bo Nickel's not that good and hasn't really shown anything. But what we saw last night is that he's a pussy that can't take any damage towards him. That's what we saw.
I don't know about not,
which is very hard to correct.
I think what he thought was that he could keep it on the feet and then like he could strike defensively and then look for a takedown, and he just didn't realize that he was fighting somebody.
What Bo Nickel has realized is his wrestling is not that effective in MMA.
You said something interesting earlier, Brutal.
It's just not that effective.
Brutal. You said, hang on, Brutal said something interesting about Bo Nickel.
Gilly. No, Gilly. I'm saying Bo Nickel's wrestling is not effective in MMA. Not wrestling's not effective.
Brutal, what were you saying earlier about how he got schooled and then he got schooled fighting the Gordon guy and then never learned anything? Who was it was talking about earlier?
Obviously, they had the grappling match. They had a wrestling match and then they had a BJJ match. Yeah. And like Gordon Ryan just made a mockery out of the whole thing. He was giving him his fucking back because he realized how shit his wrestling was. He got subbed pretty easily, and he was just when you watch that grappling match, the way he fucking tapped was a quitter's mentality, and that mentality I said before he entered MMA, that mentality would cross over into MMA. It would fucking cross over. The way he tapped in that fucking grappling match with Gordon Ryan was absolutely fucking ridiculous. He went for the slam.
I don't think it's his wrestling that's necessarily. I don't think his wrestling's as amazing in MMA as he claimed it was. But his jiu-jitsu definitely isn't there. Striking definitely isn't there.
He's got no jiu-jitsu.
What isn't there is the striking, and I think like I mean honestly, it's like.
He's a one-dimensional fighter, and what the problem is, right? Back in the day, when UFC was coming up, I was speaking about this with Fal. When UFC was coming up, these one-dimensional,
Ulysses,
fighters were really fucking good. Like we wanted to know, can the boxer beat the fucking grappler? Can the fucking BJJ guy beat the kickboxer? We wanted to know these things. Now we don't. We know the answer.
A different era now because everyone can do everything pretty much.
We're in the era of a complete MMA fighter. We have got MMA gyms, not like a BJJ gym that does striking. We have got complete MMA gyms.
New fighters started as kids. They started as kids in MMA from the very beginning.
Exactly. So
they don't start with one discipline and then learn as they go along. They're going into gyms now and learning everything.
We don't need these one-dimensional fighters coming in.
Come into the UFC with that and Mog, and he just.
Well, I mean,
we
to
all
be
knew
fair,
this was coming. We just didn't think it would come this soon.
the UFC started Bo Nickel on a pay-per-view in his debut. They really hyped up Bo Nickel.
Yeah, but why do you think they're doing this though? It's the same thing for the Jeremy Stevens thing. It's the exact same reason they brought him back and put him against fucking Mason Jones. They are capitalizing on instant markets. That's what they're capitalizing on. They capitalizing on the market, the instant market. Instead of building fighters, building complete fighters, they are capitalizing on instant markets where Bo Nickel had a following from wrestling. They thought, right, he's going to sell tickets. He's going to bring fans. Okay, he's going to bring eyes to the game.
Can I ask you a question though? Like, because I agree with you, right? I agree with you definitely to a certain extent, right? But let me ask you a question, right? So Alejandro Pantoja, right, flyweight champion. Okay, he used to finish people left and right on his way up to the belt, right? Then he won by split decision, took the belt. His first two title defenses against Royval and Steve Erceg, he fought very cautiously once he became champion, right? So giving Kai Asakura a title shot, right, is actually, given his, that had as much to do with, like, I mean, they could have grabbed a lot of people out of Ryzen, but that particular choice, right, forced Pantoja to fight in a more exciting way, or else get knocked out because of Asakura's speed and striking ability.
Exactly proves my point.
But my point is, like, is it necessarily always the worst thing? Because I don't agree with it to be like a unilateral strategy, but like here and there, it has its place.
Yeah, like, but I don't think that's just. He got fucking subbed straight away. What the fuck are we talking about? Like using the in fact the Kai Asakura fight was another example of throwing a guy in the deep end for a short-term gain.
Right. Well, I mean, the short-term gain of like Pantoja, getting, just not. And first of all,
Kai Asakura is slightly different because he actually, he fights in MMA and he's bringing like a massive audience with him.
Yeah, and he brought a lot of.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it's like with Bo Nickel, it was like he.
No, yeah, I agree. I'm just saying it's like, with the overarching phenomenon.
The thing is that the one thing that Bo Nickel and Kai both have in common is they both have an audience. Like Bo Nickel has a massive wrestling audience. The wrestling world, what's the Flow Wrestling? It's massive. It's got a lot of numbers. So they're trying to what I feel like the UFC are trying to do right now. We're in the era of instant markets where they're looking to poach from other markets that would be interested in MMA, like wrestling, and foreign markets that the UFC haven't dabbled in, like the Asian market, which they're trying to hard to crack. Like they started an event in China. They try and bring over stars.
Sorry, really quick. JVD is attempting to start shit with me in the chat. So this girl, Princess Nogia, told me, who's in my chat, he told me that JVD said to quote unquote not breed with Giuliano because of being Sicilian, he has African blood, which creeped her the fuck out, and she's like, JVD's a weirdo. Then she said something else, and now he's fucking, and now he's spamming all this bullshit, and fucking Paradox is accurately saying stop fighting on the fucking Yeah, and now he's giving her shit, but like, I mean, yeah, JVD. Like, why the anger? Like, stop fucking talking to a girl that you would only know who she was if you had been lurking in my live streams. Like, leave her alone, dude. She doesn't wants nothing to do with you, and you're weirding her the fuck out and making her uncomfortable. Please. All right, that's it. Doesn't need to be harped on. That's all. All right, nothing else. All right, done. Like, sorry,
Okay.
it's just like.
So
Anyway, go ahead. I'm
with
sorry.
the main event, right? It's come out. A lot of people are speculating, at least, about Figgy going into the fight injured. Thoughts?
The odds seem to reflect that early on. I mean, people, you know, odds makers really, because you know when you see skewed betting
I want to
lines.
pick your bones on this. Actually, I was speaking to Fal about it, and you might know this. So I was having a conversation about obviously what we've just talked about and how the
Right.
UFC and marketing, but the UFC have partnerships with Stake. They have it with Bet365. So they kind of
and DraftKings, worst of
and
all, yeah.
DraftKings, they have all these partnerships with the betting companies. The odds makers make the odds. I'll ask you a question on that in a minute. But
Yeah.
what I wanted to talk about is because obviously, do you remember the James Krause situation with James Krause? And it was it Minna? Minna didn't disclose an injury. He got a 29-month ban, and he got fined a bunch of money.
Oh, I didn't even hear about the ban. That's interesting.
Yeah, so we got I'm pretty sure it was a 29-month ban for not disclosing the injury.
I don't know how long it was, but yeah, it was a ban.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was just for the injury. It wasn't for betting related stuff.
No, so he didn't do anything betting wise. He just did not disclose an injury. It was another fighter that placed the bet, and James Krause that was having this. He had the betting that Discord with
the Discord.
bets,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he was leaking information apparently on his professional opinion. But the UFC are directly implicated in this because when it suits them, they will push fighters into taking fights knowing that they're injured. And is this another case? That's why I wanted to ask. Is this another case? Figgy was injured and they knew about it and they kind of helped cover it up or turned a blind eye?
I mean, isn't it quite common for fighters to go in with a knock or two? Like, where's the line?
So this is why
there's a knock, but then it was apparent that he had some kind of big knee injury. Everyone was saying it. Like when he was in the fight, he was hunting for fucking leg locks. He was staying on the ground hunting for fucking leg locks. It was a weird fight for me. That was, and it seemed like something was bothering him.
So directly implicating the UFC is a tricky question because, for example, a fighter wants to fight, right? And for example, Shavkat Rakhmonov has fought his last two fights with a torn MCL and a broken ankle against Stephen Thompson, right? Like you had Derek Lewis fought Yeltsin Almeida with like
TJ Dillashaw.
TJ Dillashaw.
Yeah. You have fighters fighting injured. Now, a lot of the time, they do that of their own accord and go out of their way not to.
I agree.
But we know for a fact.
For a fact, Aljo didn't want to fight, and they fucking we saw the video footage of the interview, the negotiations. Aljo did not want that fight, and they forced him almost to take that fucking fight injured.
Yeah, I mean, that's it's the thing about that is like when you say that they forced it's like and I'm not trying to
we all know, right? I can't remember which fighter it was, but on Twitter he came out and he explained the free fight. You know how they have to they get offered free fights every year.
Right about
he explained it.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, it's on the fighter. See, if I'm Dana White or if I'm Hunter, right? And and I'm like, I say to you, like, okay, I get that you're injured. You have this much time to the fight. Do you think you could recover your injury? Man, I don't really know. I'd rather not take fight. It's like, okay, man, but like, I can't guarantee you a fight if you don't take this fight, I can't guarantee you a fight for X amount of time beyond that. Now, you could argue that that's applying pressure in a passive way, right?
Right. I just want to respond to Useless. He said it popped from the
Yeah,
50-50. No, we're talking before that, Useless. We're talking.
Yeah.
A lot of people were speculating that he was injured going into the fight. The fact that he stayed on the ground as much as he did indicates that he was hunting for fucking stupid leg
It's a
locks.
very unfiggy thing to do. To be fair,
That's why
he doesn't usually play like that.
You look at very much.
The fact that he was like staying on the ground and being it was weird for me. It was weird. It was very fucking weird. But in regards to what Lane was saying, but this is what I mean. The UFC,
Lane's right about this.
But they can see injuries. They can see staph infection. We can fucking see staph infection.
Right.
So the UFC are just like going, oh, we'll just turn a blind eye. We'll just not look. That big fucking hole in his shin. Oh, we'll just have a look over here while he walks past.
Sean Strickland, going into the second Dragus fight, right? He's a fighter where it's his call. He could have pulled out of that fight and said, look, motherfucker, I got staph infection right here. You could see it, right? Strickland's a headstrong type of person. He's gonna take it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but what I'm saying is, I get in those scenarios. Sometimes it's the fighters, but we can all see it. So why aren't the UFC staff seeing it? Why aren't the UFC staff seeing it? Why aren't the doctors seeing it? Or the medical professionals? Well, they're around the UFC for a full fucking week. We're not talking about.
And the thing is, what Brutally saying as well is very important, is because we all of us in here, we go into weekends betting on fights. And what we want is we want the entire information to be available on what we're betting on. And when these things are allowed to slip through the cracks,
by the way, are you willing
to fucks up the integrity of the sport?
I mean, you could argue that, but if you're betting and you're trying to actually make money, right, and you're not just having some fun with it and shit, then information is usually out there if you do enough research. Somebody's injured, they had a bad camp, etc. Like you like if you look hard enough, you can find those things out. I mean,
I agree, but then sometimes...
But it puts the advantage of people who are in the know more than people who are just betting it based on variables that we
the
can
odds
watch
are against them anyway.
I mean, I don't have time. I don't have time in my day to be digging into
dude, and
fucking
that's what the house
training.
Counts on, bro. That's the thing. The house counts on that.
Yeah,
the
professional gamblers are doing it full time, aren't they?
This goes back to the point. So now we've come this far.
It's more about Brutally, I think, is saying something more about the integrity of the sport, where there's pressure on fighters to fight. I mean, but then
the integrity of the sport is clearly on a downward trend. You can't. That's something
very much so.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Fighters in the UFC used to. I mean, there used to be so much less regulation of things like like at the end. You could see how long.
Why was there less regulation? So you do realize there was no betting regulation in place until the James Krause shit went down, and then who was the fall guy? James Krause, which the UFC fucking knew about. Nothing that James Krause was doing
he was openly talking about his betting community as well. Yeah.
And the UFC,
he was so confident. He was so confident he wasn't doing anything wrong. He was talking about it like on mainstream media.
Yeah, he was posting it. Everyone fucking knew about it. And then all of a sudden, when the betting. It was the betting regulators came into play. They said, this is wrong. He shouldn't be doing this. The UFC jumped on it, and then they started doing their own investigations. And then what's happened to James Krause? Tell me.
He's disappeared off the face of the fucking earth, that guy.
So, nothing's happened. Nothing's happened. Don't you find that fucking weird?
Yeah, now, yes.
But the thing is, though, this goes on way more than we realize, though. It goes on way more than we realize. They were just really fucking stupid about it.
That's true. So Betty said that he goes, remember when Tony Ferguson did his own rehab, quote unquote, and came back 3 months too soon voluntarily. And then Lane also is saying that what'd she say? Strickland said Yeah, about the antibiotics. So like to answer Lane's question, like it's like the antibiotics for staph infection are gonna make you fucked if you have to fight if you're on that regimen of antibiotics and you have to fight. So like if you're in a situation where you're like, all right, fuck it, I'm fighting with staph infection, like you're actually better off not treating it until after the fight if you're trying to just in terms of your fighting ability. But I mean, it's like lesser of two evils situation. And I
You're still
mean,
expecting a fighter to, either way, you're expecting fighters to put their health on the line in a more severe way than.
well, you're not. So what I say is that I mean, if you got staph infection that's visible to the naked eye, I mean, whether or not it's a week out from a championship fight, bro, it's like I'm sorry, but like step out. Like even though everybody's gonna be like, fuck this, he's a coward, whatever. I mean, like what happened with Armin is a little bit different. So that was a day, like basically a day of pullout, or the day before. Like, but yeah, and that was an injury that he disclosed at the last minute. That that kind of thing is, I mean, and that's why he's essentially being punished by the UFC more or less.
So
Yeah.
just to end my rant on the James Krause situation. After the James Krause situation, they brought in these new regulations and rules that fighters and coaches can't bet on the sport.
Oh yeah.
But
and since that happened, by the way, there's only been one instance. Since that happened, only one time. It was William Knight fought Marcin Prachnio, right? I think it was 2022. And yeah, so what they just and if you find that fight, like, and they're commentating, like, William Knight has decided not to fight. He's just eating calf kicks, not doing shit, right, the whole time. Loses a unanimous decision. I think they found out. People could look this up. I think they found out that it was like his brother. He had his brother-in-law put his house up and bet a shitload on him to lose by unanimous decision. Like, but that had nothing to do with the UFC. The UFC wasn't in on that whatsoever.
No. But that aside, how about Conor McGregor, who's constantly posting betting slips on the
Mr. 509 just dropped this as well.
That's some corrupt shit. Same with, I mean, honestly,
that was my final point. What Mr. 509's just said there in the chat. Conor openly admits to losing money betting on Chandler just around. He constantly posts betting slips. He did that live stream with a betting company,
right?
And he's constantly betting on fights. And
it's obviously not his money, by the way. It's obviously not his money, by the way.
Well,
it's
actually,
the same situation.
And Frankie's right. There's Moicano went from saying in his podcast, like, don't take this as financial advice, to fucking basically the exact opposite. But also, like, so Thal showed me this fucking guy, Matty Bets, and this motherfucker shows paper receipt slips, right? Do you know how easy it is? If you get a receipt printing machine, you can literally do that. I mean, whether or not the guy's sponsored by a gambling company, like, the sponsorship is not to the extent that they're giving him 4-figure amounts of money to put on parlays that are never gonna hit. Like, ever, like, and like, the guy is like that, guys like Lucrative, anyone selling paywall picks, that's its own industry. But like, when it comes to the odds makers, dude, like, they will see this happen. This is what's happened to boxing, right? You see minus 10,000 favorites, like, not irregularly in boxing, right? So what that is it's the odds makers forcing people towards prop betting on boxing. Like, boxing.
Just go back for everyone who doesn't know, because I didn't know too much information on this side of things. So the odd, explain who the odds makers are. Like, who do they wait for? So
the house is the casinos and the betting sites and everything like that. They want you to lose, obviously. The odds makers don't care if you win or lose. They just want the most people to bet. So
who are the odds makers, and what do they do?
So
let's go back, break it down.
The odds makers are individuals, right? They are individuals. And
are they working for the betting companies? Are they working for the UFC? Or the independents?
They are so it gets complicated, but they basically are independent. So what they're doing is they can set the betting lines, right? So
Yeah.
there's something called the VIG, right? The VIG is the amount of money. The VIG
Short
is
for
what
vigorous.
it's the amount of money that every betting website and every casino has to, it's on percentage pay into, and that pays the salaries of the odds makers. So the odds makers obviously make more the more people are betting, because if FanDuel, Prize Picks, whatever, a certain percentage of the money that they take in has to go to the VIG, and it's a flat percentage. So basically, the more people bet, the more the odds makers benefit. They don't care if you win or lose. Obviously, the casinos and the betting sites want you to lose because they want to make the most money themselves, right? So that's how it's set up. So if, like, for example, right, I think that Perea opened as an underdog against Ankalaev because the odds makers know he had a huge fan base, right? And so people that might not bet on him that are fans of him are going to see an opportunity to make money with him as an underdog. By the time, by fight week, especially the morning before that fight started, Ankalaev, like it had switched the other way. You know what I'm saying? To where now Perea was the favorite. Now, what the reality is, see, the odds don't always reflect the reality or even what the odds makers think the reality is. You know, like they're trying. So like, go ahead.
From what I heard, the odds makers will set the odds, but then the bookies, the sports books, will add on to that because then that covers their wage or something like that. They'll add on to it, so you're always losing. Is that right?
So the odds makers set what the odds are, right? And the sports, but different sports books will have different odds, but only within a limit, and it has to be within a limit that of the odds makers setting. So it's like if you got like a minus 225 and a plus 180, you might see that same fight as as minus 210, plus 160, but with like a little bit of variation. But basically, like, no sports book is allowed to stray too far from what the odds makers set the odds at, right? Because and that's fine for what I refer to as the house is all your betting sites and brick and mortar casinos as well, right? They, like, the lines that they offer, right, are all set by the odds makers. Okay. And the odds makers establish those lines based on what they think is going to draw the most people to bet. Okay. And
Yeah,
so
it has nothing to do with like the skill disparity between the fighters, which is like a common misconception when people look at betting.
it's not
But it has
like
very little to do with it. It has more to do with how
right.
much they expect
It's
people to
what's
bet.
going to get the most people to bet on this fight. So for example, you've seen it a couple of times this year, these crazy skewed betting lines on UFC cards, right? Like, minus 950 on, on one person or the other, right? Carlos Vera, for example, he beat Musasa, I think. Like Musasa was like a minus 800 favorite, right? So that, I mean, and the odds makers can afford for people to be, people are going to bet on Musasa, seeing that, but they also know there's a lot of people out there who just see like an underdog, and without knowing shit, they're like, that's how
So
gambling.
can I ask a question? Would it benefit the UFC in any way to disclose information to the odds makers, odds maker to?
Good question.
Well, the odds makers, it's not that the odds makers don't also do research.
I'm not saying that they don't do research, but
they have to be embedded into the camps and stuff like that, surely.
Yeah, I mean,
because it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, isn't it? So
I believe
they can't just go on like speculation, can they? Like, this guy might have an injury.
See, the thing is, like, that's where it gets tricky, right? And somewhat corrupt here and there, because you have, like, it's like if somebody had a bad camp, for example, right? Which happens. A bad camp can totally fuck you, Like if you're not preparing for your specific opponent correctly.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree.
And
but
like the odds makers,
it used to determine whether it was a bad camp though. Like, are you listening to speculation?
right,
Are you
right.
going to listen to like
That's
direct
the thing,
sources from
and
the camp?
that's where it gets to. A lot of the times, yes, the odds makers will have somebody inside of certain things. The extent to which that happens is genuinely unknowable. As far as MMA promotions go,
So-
it's way less than boxing for sure. But
I just want saying a little analogy. So, well, not an analogy, but if this was in like trading, if this was trading like in the stock market and they had insider information, that is illegal.
yeah,
Why is that not the same
so
practice
this is the thing,
in
right?
betting?
So okay, so odds makers, Lane is partially right and partially wrong with what she just said. Odds makers are not better.
You need to read out what she said, Gilly, so people know what you're responding to.
Okay, Lane says odds makers are bettors just like us. They don't get insider information. At least they're not supposed to. It's incorrect that odds makers are bettors just like us. They don't get insider information. Insider information is not like it's like what's defined as insider information, is a question that like if you have to testify in a deposition, right? That's a question that you would ask if you're somebody like Dana White or whoever the fuck.
Right. I just want to respond to Caravaggio. You're full of shit. Gordon Ryan cannot wrestle. You get fucked. Next.
Yo, Thal definitely knows a lot about that, by the way, about Gordon Ryan.
Yeah, Gordon Ryan's not a wrestler. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. If you watch him in every fucking grappling event in the ADCC, he pulls guard. He wants it to the ground. He does not fucking wrestle. Shut the fuck up. You know nothing. Fuck off. Next.
All right, guys, can I quickly ask you guys about the Sarukian turning down the Gamrot thing? Because I think we're leaning a little bit heavily on the betting side. Right, we can go back to it. But
yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys about this.
I think why he did that, I think since, Sarukian, poor Sarukian, poor Armin, dude. Like, I mean, I think why he turned that down is because he's like, I mean, who else?
Well, because he lost to the guy already, and it's a scary fight.
Yeah, but also he's the rightful next title contender. I mean, and the UFC, like I said, is, I mean, there's no other word for it. They're punishing him for, I mean, I also think
this is what I was touching on. Like, I don't know what fighter it was, but they explained that the free fight contract that they get offered every year, they're supposed to have free fights. If they reject a fight, the UFC actively punishes that fighter. Sarukian is going to be fucked. He is going to be fucked.
Hold on. Because Sarukian, I don't know if Sarukian's still on a 3-fight contract. 3-fight contract is
not 3-fight contract. You know how they have to offer him at least 3 fights.
Yeah, that's part of the contract where they have to offer a certain amount of fights within a certain period. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
A UFC fighter came out recently and they explained that if you do not accept a fight from the UFC, then there are consequences to not accepting that fight. And what they will do is try to draw out the contract, offer you shit fights on shit dates. They'll make it as complicated as possible to get that next fight, and until you accept the fight that they want you to fight. So I think, my opinion, Sarukian's in a bad spot right now. He was injured.
Sorry, go ahead.
What?
I agree with you.
He obviously pulled out of the Islam fight. He was injured.
I think he was fucked as soon as he did that. I think as soon as he did that, he's in the doghouse. And I think he's gonna have to do a lot to get out of it.
Fucking Gamrot. Why are they
fucking
offering Gamrot? Yeah. Why the fuck are they offering him Gamrot? He has every right to turn down Gamrot, but I don't think it's going to work out well for him.
I totally agree with Brutally on that. I completely agree with Brutally. I think that I don't mind Taperia versus Islam, which is going to happen. Anyone thinks Islam's going up to welterweight, and it's going to
we have to wait until this weekend basically, and we'll get all the answers. I reckon they announce everything shortly after we find out who wins.
100%. If Balal loses that title, Islam's gone.
Yeah,
He's
100%.
straight
And then
up
we'll
to
get
welterweight.
Islam,
mean-
and we'll get Islam versus Charles for the vacant belt or for the interim belt
I
or
mean,
whatever.
I really don't think that's true, but I mean, because you gotta imagine that Islam, I mean, you know, as much as a layup as Renato Moicano was, I mean, it's 2 fights in his career as champion where Islam's just been handed the second Volkanovski fight, you know, and Renato Moicano. It's like he's broken the record for the title defenses at lightweight, but then people, you know, there's an asterisk there, you know, there's supposed to be an Oliveira rematch, and 11 days notice Volkanovski, and then a day's notice for Moicano. I mean, I think he fights Pereira.
But the thing
I don't
is,
think
you
he's
can only
worried about
fight. You
Pereira.
can only fight who's in front of you, and they're the fights that you got offered. He's not. He's not
No,
turning down fights
that
left,
I
right,
agree
and
with. That
centre.
I agree with. But I think he fights Pereira. I definitely think he fights Pereira because that's one of those, and Pereira.
I don't think he does. I 100%. If Balal loses that title, he's going straight up to welterweight. Not a shadow of doubt in my mind. If Balal loses this weekend,
I agree with
he is
that.
going up to welterweight. He's talked about it so many times. He wants to be double champ. He wants to go up to welterweight. The only reason he didn't move up is because
he
of
was going up
Balal.
to heavyweight. Jones said he was fighting,
and he would have.
No.
Pereira would have gone up to heavyweight,
but he didn't say that. If you go back and listen to the fucking interviews, he says, when I'm done at light heavyweight, I think I might move to heavyweight. He never said I'm going to move up to heavyweight. He said when I'm done at light heavyweight, I will move up.
What is when I'm done refer to? Like how do you define when he's done?
When he's beaten probably every viable contender,
the prospects like
but now
now
he's gonna fight an immediate rematch with Ankalaev. So he's
so
because he
he's
lost
got unfinished business.
because he lost.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's gonna lose.
If he'd won,
so when
he would have gone straight up.
When he loses that immediate rematch, right? Does he go to heavyweight?
There's a possibility, but I don't know. I don't know.
So it's like he wins the belt at middleweight.
If he loses to Ankalaev, here's the difference. If he beats Ankalaev, he could have gone straight into a heavyweight fight. Whereas if he loses it, he's probably going to have to go up to heavyweight and then fight one person before he gets a shot at the belt. Because he's got a rare opportunity to be a first 3-time heavyweight champion, and I think that's what he's thinking about.
Well, yes. I mean, you mean a first 3-time champion, not 3-time.
No, a 3-weight heavyweight champion. Yeah. No, sorry, a 3-weight champion. Yeah.
No, yeah. Which would never happen. He loses to everyone in the top.
Oh, we're not saying it doesn't. We're not saying it happens. We're saying he goes for it though. He goes for it.
He will go for it.
My point being that Tapuria, I mean, think about, as far back as like Tapuria first posting is the one time Islam got knocked out. Like, remember this shit,
No, but Giuliano, do you understand, Jay? Do you understand why Makhachev doesn't want to fight Ilya? Like, do you understand why?
I don't think he doesn't want to fight him.
I think he sees it as a lose-lose. I think he sees it as if he loses to him, because he's a difficult fight. I'm not saying he's going to lose. I'm saying all right, hang on a second. Let me finish a second.
Gilly, shut the fuck up.
It's lose for him, yeah, because he's seen it as if he wins, people are going to say he beat another featherweight, and if he loses, then he's lost to a featherweight. So in his mind, he's thinking, I'd rather go up and try and get 2 belts and do it that way rather than. That's why he was willing to fight Sarukian, who was dangerous, and he's willing to fight.
I think that given that Tapuria vacated the belt, which he did not, he could have done what Volkanovski did. People do not remember the first Volkanovski Islam fight, which was incredibly competitive. And then Volkanovski went back down to featherweight, defended the belt one last time against Yair Rodriguez.
People have different ways of doing different things. I personally think it's a good thing
all I'm saying is that Islam,
if he's not hanging around.
I don't think that Islam's worried about people saying that he would be beating up a featherweight when Ilya Tapuria has vacated the featherweight belt. He is now a lightweight fighter for all intents and purposes, right?
No, but he is he is seen as a small featherweight. He's not
Right,
seen
Yeah,
as
but
a
it's a huge amount of people.
Giliano is very different. If Topuria moved up to lightweight, he had a few fights and solidified
would be
himself as a
different.
lightweight contender. He is not doing that. It would be a straight title shot.
Well, that's on him.
That makes it in everyone's eyes. No matter how you try spin it, he is a featherweight in every fucking eyes.
It's like what you just said. You just said Islam is too big and destroys it, and most people think that. But then if Ilya wins, it ruins Makhachev's whole legacy. And if he beats him, he just beat up a small guy.
Bro,
I think most
and don't forget, don't forget, Islam has already gifted a featherweight a title opportunity. Why should he do it again? Why the fuck should, in Islam's eyes, why the fuck does he give another featherweight a title opportunity when he's more deserving at fighting for the welterweight?
I think that honestly, I think that Ilya has done a great job of digging his own grave in that he will lose to Islam, but he's done everything to make it as like palatable to take the fight with Ilya on Islam's end. You know what I'm saying?
You think for Islam, it's more appealing to fight Ilya over fighting.
Yo, Lane, you also had Dontel Mays, right?
JDM, yeah, I think the JDM fight is much bigger for him because again he's got it's less of a risk for him. He has a chance to be a double champion, which Khabib never did. So he's living in his shadow, and he's also getting beaten up featherweight.
Okay, so hold on a second. A double champion, right? It like, do you consider somebody who to me, in my mind, a double champion is somebody who simultaneously holds two belts.
They're not allowed to do that anymore.
They're not allowed to do that.
But defending them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's why the double championship is a little bit ridiculous. I mean,
they've kind of changed the rules in that a little bit now.
Yeah, but that's not ridiculous to the fighter. Like,
it doesn't take away the prestige of being a champion in two different divisions. Sorry, Brutally, carry on with what you're saying.
No, exactly that. It does, and he's always wanted it. If you look back, he's talked about this fucking thing for years. It's not like it's a new thing, and he's just talked about it. He has wanted welterweight gold for a long time, and then Balal was on the fucking uprise. He ended up started doing camps with Islam and fighting with Habib and fucking them and doing camps with him, and that's the reason why he's not moved up.
Yo, Lane, why are you starting with me? I had Bakoa by first round knockout, and he did.
About that, Gilly. The thing that annoys me about
it's annoying. It's like,
what they chase.
Like saying some bullshit. He's bragging about
Gilly, stay on topic.
Gilly, let Bodak talk a second. Go ahead, Bodak.
The one thing that I think is missing from the UFC is the idolization of title defenses. Like, we should be celebrating that above all else. The more you defend your title,
I agree.
The more you need to be celebrated. There's too much of this shit where people get a double champ, but they won't defend one of them or they'll relinquish one for the other. It's bullshit.
And you know what, Bodak, you know who started that, right? It's Conor McGregor, where he, like, I mean, for the most part, yeah. I mean, she had 52. She also had Mays. How'd you like Mays getting?
Well, he made it fashionable, but he certainly didn't start it.
We didn't defend them though, did he, Conor McGregor? He got two belts and fucked off.
No, he never defended the lightweight.
He never defends his belts. He never defended his Cage Warriors titles either. It's what he does.
Yeah, I think we need to judge champions on the amount of defenses above all else. Nothing else.
Which is fair. I think, but Bodak, having said that, I think like there should come a point. It's like, for example, with Weili. If Weili beats Verna Jandiroba, for example, she's literally cleared out everyone in the division. Same way as with Pantoja has cleared out everyone in his division. So it's excusable in that case.
Yeah, in extreme circumstances, someone's just that
hasn't
good,
beat
right?
Corey Sandhagen. He hasn't beat some. There's a few people. I get your point.
He beat Umar.
Marab's probably worthy.
By the way,
you know what? Right? Shut up, Gilly. Right? There's conversations where shut the fuck up, Gilly. There's conversations where
hoodies that you're gonna be selling.
Shut the fuck up, Gilly. There's conversations when Sean O'Malley, he just won the title. He wanted to fight Volkanovski or Ilya for double champ status. That should be ruled out.
Really,
But I think Islam has a legitimate claim to go up. Firstly, he's too big for the division. I don't think he should be at lightweight anyway.
He's too big for the division. You got 6'3" lightweights, man. Like, I mean, I don't know about that.
He's a big
I'm
guy.
not saying he doesn't have a legitimate claim.
He could fight. He could fight at welterweight. Is my point.
He's not the biggest.
And he's defended the title. He's defended the title 4 times, and
yeah,
he was willing to defend this the 5th time.
He didn't get the rematch with Oliveira.
Is that Islam's fault? The Sarukian fight's not Islam's fault.
It's not, but he should step. But he should. Like, he should defend.
I do think that fight should still happen, but it is Sarukian's.
And also, brutally, I'm not saying that that he doesn't have a legitimate claim if he wanted to. What I'm saying is that he dominates the lightweight division. Except people will be like, oh well, he got that layup second Volkanovski fight, the layup Moicano fight, and it's like those were short notice replacements for. A rematch against Oliveira, a rematch against Sarukian. You have and you have up and coming lightweights that Pimlet, even Yoel Alvarez, it's a division that's very exciting that he could maintain supremacy of, and also
he could, but I mean he's going to go up. I have no doubt in that. The one thing that what we're not talking about, I don't think Ilya's deserving of a title shot. I really don't.
I don't either. But
he's what has he defended once? He's only defended the featherweight once, hasn't he?
One time. Yeah. Now he did beat. One time. Impressive. He won the belt.
Do you know why I don't hate it? Do you know why I don't hate it? Because he gave up the belt.
Yeah,
but if he was looking to stall 2 divisions, I'd be like,
that's expected now, isn't it? Like the UFC won't let him keep the belt anyway.
Right. That's true too. But he hasn't beaten Movsar Evloev. He didn't fight. He would have beaten Diego Lopez. Not so sure that he would have beaten Evloev. And that's
he should have had the Vault rematch. In my opinion, the Vault rematch should have happened.
Yeah, and that too. With a full camp, day in court for Volkanovski. See, somebody like Merab, and Merab should stay right there because Merab could hold that belt. He'll break. He'll break. Who has the record for most bantamweight defenses? It's not Dominic Cruz.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Gilly! That was going to be one of the questions on this week's quiz.
It's actually Aljo.
Bro, sorry to ruin it, bro. I didn't know that.
It's Aldo.
I'm only joking.
It's Aljo.
No, Aldo's featherweight. Aldo is featherweight.
I think Aljo's had the most title defenses. There've been very few consecutive
bantamweight.
I think it's Aljamain Sterling.
Is it not?
Gilly, can you check and 12 and consecutive? So Dominic Cruz, I think, won a few in a row, and then he vacated it and then won it again.
Yeah, but
I think in UFC history, I think that's right. I'm pretty sure it's Aljamain Sterling.
So
I remember them talking about it. I think it's 3 defenses.
His 3 is
you can start your point up on next week's quiz.
Yeah, sorry about that, Bodak. I had no idea. Obviously,
I'm literally just joking.
Oh, okay. That wasn't.
I'm doing the quiz now, by the way, while you lot gish gallop. I'm actually doing the quiz.
I'm gish galloping.
My casualness can't engage in half of this stuff, so I'm just doing the quiz in the background.
Dude, I never said you were casual. I said that you're.
You did. You called me casual earlier today.
No, I didn't. That was brutally. No, you called yourself a casual, and then Brutally and I both defended you against yourself, trying to save you from yourself.
I remember Brutally defending me.
You did call yourself a casual.
You called yourself a casual, and Brutally and I both said,
you're not fucking casual.
You're not a it's like casual is the wrong word. You're somebody who's taking an interest, and you're all in, and immersing yourself in the shit. Brutally and I both said that, bro. I
think it's fair to say you're new. You're new to things as opposed to being
new to things. That's
you're on some
you're in that transition. You're in that transitional period of acquiring knowledge.
I did make the transitional joke that you're about your pronouns and shit, and then you made some fucking joke about your pronouns being that you beat me this weekend, as if Liverpool.
Yeah, my pronouns are beat Gilly.
Yeah, except we got 5 cards to go, bro. You ain't gonna win. Put that.
It's amazing that you managed to add to the lead on this card, though. That is some achievement.
We only had one disagreement as well.
Yeah. I mean,
son.
yeah. About that fight though.
What was the disagreement? What was the disagreement?
Smotherman versus City. Smotherman versus City.
Yeah, I fucked up on Smotherman as well. I was raging about that.
Yeah.
Smotherman was absolutely just
Bodak.
awful.
Bodak,
Anyway.
please pick JDM. Please.
The AI hasn't told me what to think yet, so
that's okay.
We'll find out.
Anyway though, like fucking he's bi-casual. No, but like
oh shit.
What?
I'm just trying to find out.
That's a good. There you go. I'm bi-casual. There, I prefer that term.
That's quite good.
Yeah. Anyway, the fight that dude, Bakoyev is great, dude. I mean, he's like, I mean, honestly, I mean, well, he should fight. Like, I'd love to see him fight like a Bruno Ferreira, or somebody like.
People are calling for him in RDR, which I think is really unfair on RDR.
Really, Bakoyev versus RDR. You don't think that's a good fight?
No, I think it's a good fight. I just think it's unfair on RDR. RDR is obviously 3 fights in. He should be fighting up as opposed to fighting down.
2 fights in. What are you talking about? And RDR is a
I mean the RDR's ranked, and he fought Bo Nickel, who everyone thought was going to steamroll him, or most people.
Right. Well, Bo Nickel being ranked
down, so he should.
Bo Nickel being ranked.
When you're in the rankings, you should be fighting somebody who. When you break into the rankings, you should be looking to fight somebody.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? But he's fought somebody who's not ranked, and now they're asking him to do it again.
Maybe they won't. I don't think they'll make that fight then.
Well, the public is.
I mean, yeah. Well, the public doesn't make the fight. I think I think he should fight. Bruno Ferreira. Maybe Gregory Rodriguez coming off the Cannonier loss. Frankie Cannonier. You lose on the J.
I can't unsee that. I'm going to be honest, Frankie. Now that Betty's put that in,
now that he said that, yeah, I can't. I'm starting to realize it might be true as well. See, I'm not denying it. No, fuck that's bad. I don't think I'm glad that there's only a certain amount of UK.
Yeah,
at least you look more like the one who isn't a raging alcoholic.
Dude, Lane. Once again, Lane.
That's the problem.
I think you look a bit more like. Which one's the alcoholic? Ant. I think you look a bit more like Dex than Ant.
Is, yeah.
I think you've got Dex forehead.
I can see it as well, though. Yeah, Dex forehead and Ant's fit. That's fair. So I've had this forehead since birth, by the way. Sorry, carry on.
Sorry, I mean, I was gonna say Lane is actually not wrong about it. So just thought. I mean, okay, so just. Just the first part of what you just said. Anyone who bets is typically a casual. So there's something to that, but in the sense, I mean, betting and picking fights are completely different. Are completely different things. It's just that's what a lot of people don't understand, and honestly, anyone who like Matty Betts is another guy I just became aware of yesterday. It's like anyone who thinks that guy is gonna make you money, like you're fucking retarded, or maybe you're not, and it's not your fault. But yeah, I don't mind the RDR versus Strickland fights, and Strickland was shit in his last fight. Dude, they're gonna do Strickland Whitaker, nice, and Strickland was shit in his last fight, given a staph infection, like we were talking about before. But really shit, Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, dude, I've said this before. I would love to see them do.
I don't own a fucking cat. You fucking nonce. Go collect your doll money, JVD, and fuck you, Vinny. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. You fucking prick.
What's that in response to?
These dickheads in chat saying I own a fucking cat, dickhead.
What's wrong with owning a cat?
Dude, JVD, what's wrong with owning a cat, bro? JVD, why do you have to instigate? You gotta every chat I see when you're bitching about some race, you're bitching about some like something. Bro, you're just an angry kid, dude. Go hit a bag, go outside, go do some shit. Brutally has a great short video about touching grass.
JVD's playing nice at the moment. I think we should just,
He's playing nice, bro.
He's playing nice right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry,
he's coming after me. Fucking Vinny. Fuck you,
Maybe
Vinny.
he lost his virginity.
What, saying because you own a cat?
Technically, he's calling you a
up
pussy
anywhere.
whisperer, so he's saying that you're good with the ladies. That's a compliment.
Yeah, there you go.
That could be, yeah, that could be good. Yeah, that could be what he was alluding to.
All right, so wait, yeah, so
Well, you shouldn't own a cat.
Dude,
Owning a cat's fucking for fucking fannies, man.
dude, Chrissy just really looks like the cat whisperer, says Vinny.
Get a fucking dog.
Yeah, Chrissy owns a cat. Dude, yeah, dog. I mean, what kind of dog you got?
A Labrador.
Nice. Yeah, I used to have a Neapolitan Mastiff when I was a kid. They're big as fuck. Anyway, so
when you asked JVD on, did he just went no?
Depends. It depends. He never says no. He just either like I don't get a response straight away, or like
JVD's gonna come in.
that's it.
He's gonna come in hot, and I'm gonna have to fucking cool his ass off. But I mean, do whatever you want.
The chat wants to see it. To be fair,
I mean, like, as long as we can have like a civil conversation, I don't mind it because I don't want it turning into like
JVD said he was
Sunday
gonna try and rape
like...
me when I'm in the UK. That's been cataloged. I don't know. He really did say that.
To be fair, though, I can imagine.
Like, I mean, that's
you can imagine that. Can you brutally?
Yeah.
You suddenly stopped in your tracks. There, you're like, I can imagine.
That's all he thinks about.
I can imagine JVD wanting to do that to him.
But it's not a gay thing with him. It's a power thing.
Yeah, but it's still gay.
Totally.
I mean, that's just an excuse.
Yeah, but the fact that JVD
it's a power thing. I'm in prison. I just want make him a bitch. I just want put my cock in your mouth. It's gay.
It's just establishing dominance.
Yeah, it's gay. Yeah, also, the fact that he's a virgin, like JVD, like find a nice girl to give your special gift to. You know.
Well, he's going break in, isn't he? Well, he's going break himself in reality inside of you.
Happen. In reality,
why are you going to use your Muay Thai?
Yeah, that's how Muay Thai
works. You need some Muay Thai on him.
Yo, really.
Do some fucking chops, Gilly. You come at JVD's coming at you. Fucking Steven Seagal moves.
Wait. Is that? Did you just say Muay Thai and then proceed to do like karate chopping?
Yeah, because I was taking the piss. Yeah.
Word. I look forward to our spot. Lane, indoor cats.
Are you guys gonna spar?
Yeah. When I'm in the UK next year.
He says he will.
Yeah, we've got like a fucked up card on the horizon.
Yeah,
we're gonna get something going.
By the way, just Lane and Tim Denham, an indoor cat on average lives 4 times as long as an outdoor cat. If you didn't know that. So like, don't let your cats outdoors if you want them to live like 4 times.
I don't have pets in my house anymore. I just can't be bothered with it. It's too much. It's too much to deal with. It's kids. It's kids.
You have children. Like,
so it's too much.
Yeah. I mean that makes sense.
Do you have kids and pets as well? Yeah. I know you got kids, but do you have pets as well?
No pets. Just 4 kids.
Yeah, you see what I mean? It's kids or pets.
But would you be opposed? Would you be opposed though to having like a cat or a dog around the house?
I'd prefer to get a dog. I want both. I want dogs and cats when the kids.
I think one day my son's gonna ask for a pet, and I'm not really very good at saying no to him. So like, it's coming at some point, but I'm trying to hold it off for as long as possible.
Mm-hmm. But why don't you get
cats are good for pest control. I like to have a problem with cats. They're good for pest control.
Yeah, cats are great. Cats are very intelligent and sort of autonomous.
If you got any fucking mice or anything in your garden, they'll go and kill them for you.
Well, what I was just saying, yeah, Bodak. I mean, yeah, I guess in your garden, but like most.
I'm not having a
like
fucking indoor cat though. I'm not gonna have some animal where I have to clean up its shit. You know what I mean? Like
You don't,
not in my own
bro.
house. So
You
it can go in the
get a
garden.
fucking self-cleaning litter box, bro. The technology exists, dude. You're a technology person.
Yeah, but if they go in the but Bodak, if they go in the garden, you're gonna have to clean that up as well, though.
No, 'cause the cats
the
have a
pro-
natural instinct to bury their shit, don't they?
No, yeah, that's
Yeah,
why.
but then you've got buried
yeah,
shit
but
in your
they
garden.
also,
It's
Bodak,
good for the
you have
flowers.
listen.
Good
So
for
you have a litter
flowers.
box,
Fair
right?
play.
You have a litter box, right? They go to the litter box, they shit in the litter box, and then the litter box is self-cleaning, right?
You
So
still got
it's
kick them out. It's a cat, mate. Kick it out. It's a little predator. What's it doing in your house?
I mean, they live a quarter. On average, outdoor cats live a quarter as long as indoor cats. So I mean, if you want the thing to die, I mean, fast.
Natural selection. I want a strong cat.
All right, then get a purebred Maine Coon, dude. Those things are bigger. Those things are like the size of ocelots. All right. Anyway, so I have one fight to bring up from last night. Yeah.
You have one fight to bring up from last night. Go for it.
So, okay. So basically, all right. I think that Montel Jackson is a much better fighter than he appeared to be last night. I think he belongs in the rankings as he is. And I think I think Marcus McGee has the next fight, but I'd like to see Montel Jackson against somebody probably I don't know. I'd like to see bantamweight's weird. You got Vinicius Oliveira and a lot of people around bantamweight who aren't ranked yet, and then you have people in the rankings. You don't really have anybody who needs to be purged from the rankings, like I say, you do in so many other divisions. And Merab, if Merab wants to, he'll defend that belt as long as he doesn't retire. Probably.
Or gets fucking popped by USADA.
You think? Yeah. I mean, well, USADA's. Well, anyway. Bro, come on, you got to give it to Merab, dude. After the Umar fight. I mean,
I have a weird feeling. I have a weird feeling that O'Malley's gonna beat him. I don't know why.
Bro, yeah. Bro, O'Malley, dude, not even O'Malley thinks O'Malley's gonna beat him, bro.
Yeah, but O'Malley's can put someone down in one punch. He's got it in him, hasn't he? He just has to get lucky.
No, not he does not to sleep, dude. He put Aldo on the ground and then went in on him.
Yeah, but you're buzzed for a fair few seconds until the follow-up shots start hitting you in the face, you know?
Aljo was fairly unlucky. I think if he'd have turned the other way, and I think what Aljo did wrong is he turned the wrong way. And as he was turning the wrong way, he got caught with more shots.
Yeah,
if he'd have turned into him, I think he would have retained guard. And
that's
not saying he would have, but there's a possibility that he could have retained guard and kept a little bit of distance.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know.
A perfect example would be Oleksiejczuk versus Kevin Holland, where Oleksiejczuk put Kevin Holland right on the ground, and Holland used his grappling ability to armbar Oleksiejczuk into a submission win in the first round. That was last June, but also, I mean, O'Malley couldn't drop Vera in 5 rounds of just beating his ass, and then Figueiredo did it, for the first time ever, to Marlon Vera, in a 3-round fight. O'Malley is overrated. I'm sorry, very much. In my opinion, I also think he was robbed in the Jan fight, or I think Jan rather was robbed in his fight with O'Malley. Although
it's a close one.
It's a close one, yeah.
It's a close one. I think robbery's a bit strong, but they definitely.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. But also, I mean, you look at even the difference between Aljo versus Jan, but regardless, O'Malley's gonna get fucking dog walked by Merab in the second fight. I mean, it's very rare that the immediate rematches are aside for Izzy versus fucking
Pereira.
Poatan, which and Poatan, yeah, Poatan's a nigga. And Pereira didn't belong at 185. He was losing so much strength cutting weight. I mean, a guy that walks around at 230, you know. But I mean, Kamaru lost the immediate rematch to Leon. I mean, there's examples where, you know, but O'Malley. So yeah, regular for O'Malley is overrated. I would generally have a chance against him. But yeah, Don though, Jax. Wait, Lane, what do you mean? You got it on the Jax.
I kind of agree with what Bodak says. Amali's always got that one shot chance to just. I think that's what he's hoping.
He doesn't. Though.
He does, and it changes the way he's approached. So there'll be some caution.
Bodak, let me tell me when O'Malley is.
I think O'Malley's got something. He's a former champ. You know.
If you take the hip injury into account as well, there's a possibility that he didn't go in there all guns. You know, like
The hip injury is a little dicey. I mean,
he had surgery on it.
I know, but at the same time, you know, I mean. I say, and well, you have to remember. I mean, you know, if you don't know, but I think Merab's striking is very, very underrated.
Yeah, but the way you're talking about O'Malley, you quite literally just claimed that you yourself would have a chance against him.
No, I read someone's comment. I read someone's comment. Did you?
I
read someone's fucking comment.
Right, my mistake. I was listening to your words. You don't read the comments.
I'm glad that it says a lot though, Bodak, here that you thought that he might be saying that, and that's the point.
Bodak,
whether it was a comment or not, it wasn't a crazy gilly thing to say, was it? Like
it wasn't. That's exactly what you would say.
All right.
I mean, I'm not funny, but if you can go toe to toe with Johnny Walker, he's a much smaller guy, O'Malley. You know what I mean?
Okay, can I? Okay, first of all, it's two things. I'm never the person to be like, oh, I could fuck this dude up. Like, I mean, that's some Lucas Tracy bullshit. Like, you know,
I've witnessed you do that a few times.
No, yeah, but what a perfect? No, you haven't.
Saying that you would destroy someone like if they had a fight with you.
Yeah, not a professional fucking MMA fighter.
Just Johnny Walker and the leg kicks and
John. Okay, can I clear up this Johnny Walker thing?
All right. Yes, please do.
So Johnny Walker used to train, okay, briefly, okay, at Sexton Muay Thai Academy in Van Nuys, California, right? My Muay Thai gym. Okay, there was a point where there was a day where he needed somebody with a long enough reach so he could practice being in a Muay Thai clinch. It was not even a spar, okay? It was he just needed somebody who had enough of a reach so that he could, you know, realistically be in a clinch so he could practice and shit. I was padded up as fuck. It was not like a fucking, you know, it's not like I told that story like I just told it, and then like I'm live streaming and I get people. It's like, yo, where's the footage from you dropping Johnny Walker in a fucking hard spar? Which is like I never fucking never said that. Never said anything close to that.
Did you just drop? Did you just get so flustered you dropped your cigarette?
Yes. Because like
the fear came back to you. Are you having PTSD?
Tomorrow also, I'm here. It's like Bodak just didn't realize that I had read someone's comment and thought I had just made that statement about O'Malley. I'm gonna hear.
He's right. He's right.
I'm gonna get like 40 fucking trolls telling me like, "Yo, when's fucking Argenti v O'Malley?" Like, you know, and all this bullshit. Like,
it's a very gilly thing to say, though.
No,
but
it
Vinny,
is.
I just want to address what Vinny's talking.
I resent
Vinny
the
just
fact
can't
that I've been branded as the dude who fucking talks about how I'm gonna fuck up UFC fighters, because there are people like that, like, you know, in the bowels of
no, I think he was meaning it on more like a general thing. I think that's what he was talking about. I think I
just want quickly just respond to fucking Vinny.
He's after Vinny.
Yeah, he's not kept my name out of his fucking mouth the entire stream. and he said that I ducked him on some kind of debate. First of all, Vinny, debates are gay. I'd never fucking debate anyone because it's fucking gay. I did ask to go on stream with you, and Musical has not set it up yet. I said I was down for it. He came to me. I said yes, and I've had no response because he's been busy. So go fuck yourself. Whenever you're ready, I'm more than welcome to jump on stream. But other than that, shut the fuck up, dickhead. Anyway, back to the stream, boys.
Okay. All right. I just have one more thing to address. Fucking, JVD, I'm just gonna ignore you because no, I never said beat Tricoli. Tricoli tried to sue me or file libel claims against me. But Betty asked, why do you need long reach for clinch work? It wasn't that it's not that you need long reach for clinch work. It was that what he was practicing was he wanted to practice like being back, like throwing knees from a Muay Thai clinch was what he was practicing. So, and because Johnny Walker's fucking, Johnny Walker's, he's taller than me, but our reaches are similar. So, they're just worked out that way.
I'm really pissed off that we're not going to see Benoit Saint Denis get beaten up next week as well. That's really disappointing.
That makes me sick, dude. Or Joel Alvarez, fucking,
and Joel Alvarez being the one to pull out. So,
well, yeah, I mean, you got to imagine that's a legit. Dude, Joel Alvarez, he has enough credibility to where if he pulls out, it's a legit. Yeah, I believe that's legitimate. Yeah, I mean, it's to what Brewer said. I mean, it's should he fight injured? I mean, he could arguably take that shot against Benoit Saint Denis. It's a bit of a layup, in my opinion, for Alvarez. But
it was like I think only a 2-1 favorite. I was ready to jump all over that.
Yeah, and you know why that was? Killed him. You know why that was? I guarantee you, because they knew he was injured, and he did the right thing and put for himself and pulled out.
Probably. Now that you mention it, it was not as wide as I was expecting it to be.
Dude, and at one point actually, Benoit Saint Denis was a favorite. I saw it came across my fucking desk, so to speak. That Benoit Saint Denis was, and I'm like, what? Okay, this is not there's no way Benoit Saint Denis doesn't have fans like that. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not enough of a crazy line either. And so it actually in the end probably a good thing because would you know the specific injury or not?
Hand injury. I think he not broke his hand. It's some kind of hand injury. I know that much.
Dude, when he fucked up Elvis Brenner, bro, finished Elvis Brenner. Lane, me, and Musical made plans last Sunday at 3 debate brutally. He brutally. I heard you duck the fade, man. You wouldn't debate Vinny.
Vinny said brutally, you look like you have resting gimp feet. What the fuck are gimp feet?
I don't ban anyone, but fucking hell, this guy is fucking. I don't even know where it's come from.
Really, but don't ban him. Don't ban him.
I'm not going to. I want to because he's a fucking knobber.
Right. But bro.
What's bothering me is that he's fucking lying. He's lying through his fucking teeth.
Is that
musical arranged for you two to talk, but on the day he was absolutely shattered, so he postponed it and it kind of got lost. That's how I remember it. But it wasn't a debate. You two were just going to be on stream and have a chat.
So it was supposed to be midweek. Safe man, are you up for debating Vinny tomorrow night? I can't do tomorrow, mate. I'm taking my daughter out for her birthday. I'm free Wednesday, Thursday. This is the chat log, what I've got here. And okay, I'll let you know. Likely Thursday sound. Have you had any chance to look at Ultimate Team? And then it was the last time he sent me. He said, can't do. Have to postpone the Vinny stream until tomorrow or Sunday.
And I put,
no worries, mate. Sunday might be best. I'm working late tomorrow. And then we never spoke since then. So I don't know what the fuck he's on about.
I mean, bro,
Vinny, shut the fuck up.
Really, according to Vinny, he sunned Bodak in the debate that was on my stream, which went the other way. Yeah, it's worth
I
a
said I
watch.
haven't seen
Frankie.
that.
It only lasts
went-
about 15 minutes. He just rage quit on me.
Yeah, it's I'll send it to you, Frankie. It's on my channel. It's got timestamps.
Yeah, I'd like to have a
too.
listen because this has come up a
Yeah.
few times. I feel like this is some
Dude,
law that I
it's
need
a-
to
it's a
catch up
goddamn
on.
The thing
good
is,
one.
I'm over my beef with Vinny. Me and Vinny
Yeah,
are
no,
bros now.
Vinny and I are boys, right, Vinny?
Yeah, we're boys now. You'll come round to him, Brutal. You'll come round to him.
I won't ever come round to this.
What you'll do is you'll
degenerate
debate him,
fucking-
and then it will just be like a rage fueled. And
Well,
then it's like when you fight,
It's
you have
not.
a fight. and then you just
no,
hate
it
him
goes
after.
a little bit different.
I don't do debates. Debates are gay. That's why he wants to
It's not a
debate.
debate.
'Cause
It's
he's
not a
gay as
debate.
fuck.
It's not a debate.
It's a
It's
conversation.
It's too
I
grown.
wanted a conversation with him because I
Yeah,
wanted
it's
to
true,
ask like about his fucking his life, about why he doesn't see his fucking children, why he's so fucking retarded, why he fucking cuts himself, why he self mutilates like a fucking gimp, why he posts it all over the internet, why he makes up stories about fucking those little fucking
Telekinesis.
zombie men that he posts everywhere, why
he
he
can do-
fucking does all the shit that he does, why he eats habaneros constantly like fucking gay, why he's fucking so gay. Like what the fuck is he? I don't know what the fuck
Really?
this man is. He's a fucking degenerate. Does he even work? I can't imagine he works because if he did work, he'd get fucking sacked. He's a fucking leech of society, and he needs to go fucking. I don't want to say it because I'm not going to lower myself to that fucking standard, but Vinny the Guinea. I hold you with a lot of contempt, and I would beat you to the living fucking death. You absolute fucking scumbag. Go fuck yourself.
Have you heard my
Alright.
song Brutal? Have you heard the Vinny song Brutal?
Dude,
Which one?
yo,
The one about him losing all the arguments.
yeah,
No.
Bodak. Given Brutality's video on Good Noodle and the beat that it has, do you think, Bodak, that Brutally would prefer my Vinny song to your Vinny song?
He'd definitely prefer my Vinny song.
Ooh. Now, see, we'll never know because like Brutally is gonna err on the side of his fellow countrymen. But anyway, yeah, Brutally. Despite everything you just said, I mean, Vinny has proven that he can do telekinesis.
Yeah, but I proved I can do it better. I proved that I can do it better.
That's true. You gave him a run for his money with your telekinesis
So
video.
he can go fuck himself. I know how he does it, by the way. It's very simple. He gets fishing wire, he ties it to his foot, he ties it to an object, and then he just pulls his foot under the fucking table and he pulls the object. It's not fucking hard. It's
told
not
my
fucking hard
chat-
at all.
I told my chat we were going to watch Vinny's telekinesis, but then I just pulled up a YouTube tutorial from a magician.
Yo, you know, Bodak, you know
it's not hard to do.
James, who's it? I think it's James Randi, and then also Penn and Teller. They do a great job of debunking like all the bullshit things like that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, don't you get if you can fool them, you get quite a lot of money in prize money, don't you?
Yeah, except no one's ever done it.
I think some people have fooled Penn and Teller, haven't they? Some people got the money.
A few people have, yeah.
Yeah. Some of the tricks are phenomenal. You can't.
Well, yeah, but they're like, but James Randi's the one. I think James Randi was the one who initially did like the whole like if you can prove your shit right, like if you can prove your shit's legitimate, like you get this amount of money, and he would debunk everyone. This is like in the 80s or whatever.
I think it's better to get on with Vinny though, because he doesn't argue in good faith.
Dude, Vinny's Vinny's a Chad.
You know what? Right? There's more chance. There's more chance, Giuliano. There's more chance, Giuliano, that you have a McLaren than Vinny the Guinea as a fucking job, as a fucking. He can do telekinesis.
Don't take passive shots.
There's more chance of you having a McLaren than Vinny the Guinea having fucking telekinesis powers. Shut the fuck up, Vinny.
Really, put up your house, and if you're so sure. Not put up your actual house. I'm fucking around. Like a significant amount of either money or some kind of subjugation. Like
Vinny,
and,
Vinny and Gilly, you but fuck off, both of you. First of all, Giuliano, you
yo,
act
don't
like I
come on,
actually
don't
care that much.
associate me.
It's not that deep that you have a McLaren or don't have a McLaren. I do
I
not
was
give
wondering
two
when we were going to
fucks.
circle back to
Okay,
this.
good. If you don't,
Like,
okay,
I
if you
do
don't
not
give
give two fucks if you have a
if you don't
McLaren.
give 2 fucks, I'm like, I mean, like, dude, bro, I give less than a fuck about proving.
Why would I? How does it impact me in any way, shape, or form if you have a McLaren?
You
My
so you
day,
pressed me
my
on it
life
in the
is not
first
going to
place,
change
bro.
anyway. Yeah,
I
but
don't
it's
know.
not
You
that
tell
deep for me.
I've
It's
been
not that
wondering.
deep.
It's
I'm
just fun.
saying,
It's
if you-
just fun, innit? To call out people's
exactly.
bullshit.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But but to be fair, right? Like,
yeah, for sure, bro, for sure.
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah,
it's not like the outcome
yeah.
actually influences anyone's lives. It's just when you see bullshit, you
well,
call it
yeah, but
out.
I
It's a bit of
wanted
fun.
to. See, that's the thing is, bro, like I wanted to influence people's lives because like once again, I know the truth, and I want to see if like
There, yeah,
wanna
that you
see
don't
how
have a
much- I wanna see
McLaren.
how
Yeah, I
much
know the
people-
truth too.
Do you?
You don't have
much
a
do you want?
McLaren, Gilly. Come on.
How much are you willing to stake on it, bro? Kodak, because like, come on.
Why has it got to be a bet for everything? Why is there like a monetary value?
Because there's been countless things that I have proven that people have accused me of
Like
being
what?
false.
Like what?
Oh,
Like what?
bro, yeah, dude, go like just trust me, it's happened. Like, I mean,
Yeah, but
I
like
mean,
what though? Like what? Like what?
let me think. What was one of the last ones? I mean, Musical's laptop was a big one. Fucking, and that was, I mean, like that, it's like, oh, why is it taking so
The
long?
laptop,
Well,
yeah, the laptop's a Chad move for sure, but nobody's
yeah,
disputing
but
your
like,
gambling,
the laptop was a
your
Chad
gambling
move.
lifestyle.
Kodak, listen to this. So, like, and that's the first thing that comes to mind, right? This is the thing, right? So, people, where's Musical's laptop? Which is something, by the way, it's like I didn't lose a bet for that. I just offered it, right? Now, the reason that took so long was not because of me. It was because I attempted to send the money and Musical hadn't verified his identity on PayPal, okay? Which bounced the transaction, right? So then I had to use another, it's called Revolut, another way of sending money internationally. Now, my PayPal to this day is like fucked for international transactions because of that, but that's whatever, okay? Revolut caps you at 2,000, I'm sending him 3,000, right? Revolut caps you at 2,000. So I had to get the final
Gilly, we've been over the laptop thing.
Right.
Musical said it was his fault.
Hold on, Bodak. You have to realize something though. In all that, throughout all that time, I'm taking shit off the teeth from people going, where's Musical's laptop? As though like
I got Giuliano. Did Bodak say anything?
Yes. He was
we
pushed
for the laptop,
laptop the whole time.
Yeah, but did he question? There's a different pushing.
I never questioned your ability to pay for a laptop because it's obviously clear you got some money behind you, one way or the other, gambling and whatnot. We never actually disputed that. No one's saying that. It's the other outlandish claims, like the McLaren.
Giddy. I think can you?
There was another.
Why people are skeptical? Can you understand why people are skeptical?
Yeah, no, dude, I totally understand. But this is the thing, right?
Well, maybe more.
Okay, another. He asked me. He asked me like what? So it's like you don't have 3 apartments. You don't have another apartment. I've streamed from my much nicer apartment than my studio, right? It's available.
You said that.
Fuckload of people.
Said that.
Again, the apartments thing isn't that outlandish as well. It's not like it's not a crazy claim to make because
sure.
There's ways.
I've maintained double properties at times just out of necessity for like traveling and work. Yeah, it's doable. Like I remember working like 3 hours away from where I lived, so I had a little apartment just so I could stay during the week. That's not out of the world, but yeah, the McLaren.
Okay, another one. Okay, all right, I'll give you another one. Right? You don't know how to count cards of blackjack. Like to me, you don't know how to count cards of blackjack, and counting cards of blackjack isn't real. I upload a short video to my channel of me fucking, of me multiplying money at blackjack, right? Like, it's just thing after thing after thing, and but
that's not that outlandish. None of these things that you've said so far
I mean,
are that outlandish.
And
But
they're not
having
things
a
we've been pressing
McLaren,
you on either.
you guys
Yeah.
really like McLarens, huh?
No, it's just it's not the McLaren. It's just the McLaren thing is probably the most.
So okay, so like if I,
You know,
I don't know.
and
The
I'm not
fifth time
saying
black
outlandish,
belt in
no,
like
I just-
Well, one
7
of them.
years is pretty
at this
special as well.
point, like it's just like it's annoying to have my fucking. It's like it's not something that like I'm like yeah I drive a McLaren I'm fucking like you know it
No,
wasn't
I
a threat. It was
understand. I
something that
understand it's
it
annoying
was
to have
something
your
that I
credibility
mentioned that
questioned a
like
lot.
it's like
I understand that.
I was talking to someone in my chat who who is in real estate, and we were talking about like flipping houses and everything. And then and then it came on subject. I'll occasionally like buy and sell a car. Yeah, I'd be 80K subs. Yeah, thank you, Chad.
Yeah, but
I mean-
Gilly, do you know like JVD's saying? We were saying, oh, the McLaren's a bit funny, and you're like, yeah, but dude, I count cards, so believe me, it's
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying
it's kind of what you've been saying the last 5 minutes.
accusations of dishonesty have been made. Okay, I've proven them. Wash, rinse, repeat. After enough time, it's like, you know what? Like, there's no. See, that's the thing. It's like if I prove something.
the thing is, all those things that you've been proving, all those things that you've been proving are pretty shit things to prove. To be honest, and having a McLaren,
Bro, my McLaren
and not wanting to prove that is weird. It's weird that you'll want to prove that you can count cards, but you don't want proof that you got a fucking McLaren.
Counting cards.
Look, I'll go through all this effort to show you I can count cards.
Than that McLaren does.
Yeah, but who gives a fuck about that? It's not really that cool. If you show me the McLaren, I'll be like, fucking hell, this guy's the fucking shit. This guy's the fucking business. But no, you're not showing me that. You're going, look at me, guys. I can count cards like a fucking nerd. Oh, I'm such a fucking nerd who can count cards. I'm a nerdy little counting carder.
You would not think I was you would not think I was cool for driving a McLaren. You would immediately switch up. And
if you had one, I'd be pretty impressed.
Yeah, I'd be like, I know a guy who fucking owns a McLaren. I'd be like,
I don't mean to sound like
everyone.
that guy, but so it is quite.
Yeah. Okay, fair. Like, I mean, it's not like I don't.
It's a $1.7 million car. Like,
it's bought as an asset. It's bought as an asset to sell at a profit, right? Like just like flipping a house. It's not my it's not like my whip is my McLaren, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't, So,
yeah, but the fact that you've owned a McLaren the fact that you've got a McLaren in your possession and you don't want to brag about it a little bit and post some pictures,
why would I want to
brag
about it? Dude? It's not like
Giuliano,
why would I want to do that?
Why the fuck? You brag about everything. I can count cards, motherfuckers. I can count cards. I work at Netflix, motherfucker. I work at Netflix, motherfucker. I smoke 200 cigarettes a day, motherfucker. More than anyone ever, motherfucker. Like I'm better than everyone, motherfucker.
Really. I'm sorry you feel that way.
Don't give me a non-apology, you cunt. Don't give me the I'm sorry you feel that way speech. Go fuck yourself. I don't do non-apologies. Go suck your mom, you dirty fucking bastard.
No. In reality, I'm not apologizing for shit. The thing is this, right?
Exactly, because I called you out on it, you fucking non-apologetic cunt.
Really, there's a big difference between speaking on skill sets, like a skill set, and being like, oh, I got this, I got that, I have this. I don't look like I think that's some fucking lame gay shit to just flex fucking money and possessions. Like
I can't believe we're fucking back. This is my fault, isn't it? I blame myself for this one.
If you have a McLaren, you deserve to flex it.
No, I don't want, but I wouldn't want to, dude. I'm not fucking Andrew Tate, son.
But then the thing is, I'm kind of with some of it where you should have just not said it then.
I said
you can't then not say it and then
I said it in passing.
The best way to handle it.
He flexed this on a guy on the street on stream.
Also,
that's what he did. He went up to a guy, purposely went up to a guy on the street, live on stream. He went, "Hey, dude,
I don't give
nice classic car." And then he was like, "Oh, thanks." He was like, "I have a McLaren back in the garage," and he was like, "What the fuck?" The guy was like shell shocked. He was like, "Why has he come up and told me he's got a fucking McLaren?"
Really. That never happened. What happened
It
was
did fucking happen. You went to the shops, you went get some fucking Marlboro fucking light or whatever the fuck you smoke,
right?
and you
Red.
came.
Yeah.
No, you
Marlboro
smoke
red,
the
bro.
light ones, don't you? Yeah, that's the light ones, the gay ones, isn't it?
No, you idiot.
No,
These
no,
are
the
red.
red ones are. I think the red ones are stiffer, but that's.
I know I'm winding him up because he gets he's
Dude, yes,
easy.
that's just laying
He's
you up,
easy.
Still
baby,
putting a
and
stick in his
make
mouth. It's
instant
pretty gay.
apology.
It's pretty gay putting a stick in your mouth. It's the same difference.
Yeah, he's got an obsession with phallic objects. That's why. So he like.
How is that a phallic? Is that what your dick looks like, brutally? That's phallic to you?
No, but it's a phallic object. Come on.
Finny's still going after you.
Benny's rage.
I'm just
Benny's
upset this
rage
chat's
baiting me
fucking
so
unhinged.
hard.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm
it's
tuned off him.
wait. Hold on.
He's just being a cunt.
Wait. Orange Cat, I already addressed the Johnny Walker thing. Lane, the handgun that I have is a Smith & Wesson 500, okay? Which is the most powerful revolver that has ever been made. That is a fact, okay?
I didn't even hear about this.
Yeah, I
gun
got a
thing.
fucking firearms ban, and then Good Noodle didn't learn from my mistake and fucking did the same thing to himself.
Oh, where's Good Noodle, by the way?
Yeah, where's
I have
Good
no
Noodle?
idea. He hasn't responded. I think.
I
he must be at
wanted
work.
to speak to Good Noodle
Lane,
for
it's
being a
not
good sport.
Lane, stop looking for any opportunity.
He was a good
why do you do
sport.
this? Lane, I extended an olive branch to you. Why are you attempting to take feeble shots at me? It is the most powerful handgun, or at least most powerful revolver at 50 caliber, right? That exists. It supplanted the 44 Magnum. All right, you don't know shit about guns. I don't know why you're speaking. Orange Cat,
Right.
I discussed the Johnny Walker shit a second ago.
Vinny just cracked his own joke.
I never said that shit, dude.
Vinny just called me Ed Sheeran, and then he's gone and then said, brutally getting called Fed Sheeran killed me. He's laughing at his own fucking jokes now.
Was that his joke?
He
Yeah.
went, yo, brutally, you look like fat Ed Sheeran.
I never
Fed
said
Sheeran.
that. PSP for Orange Cat. I never said that, bro. Yeah, dude. I know what a 4570 is, and a 4570, by the way, is kind of a bitch-made round. But Good Noodle knows more about that shit than I do. So where the fuck is that little bastard?
Brutally, how are you getting on the rush?
Haven't heard from him.
Dude, I'm gonna call him.
Enjoying it, and I'm enjoying Rush. I had to do loads of fucking side quests and fucking rivals and stuff.
What's
on
Rush?
The market.
FC 25. Are you going to get on?
FC
Oh, right.
on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop. The thing is, I went to go and buy it on Steam, yeah, because you said you play it on PC, yeah.
I do, yeah.
And apparently they said it's. I was gonna ask you about this. Apparently they said it's like really buggy and crashes and
I
shit.
can't hear you. Gilly's
So-
talking.
Gilly, shut the fuck up, you dickhead! When someone's talking,
Say it
he's
again,
not
Frank.
people.
sorry,
Let someone fucking talk.
See, this is
Dickhead.
what happens. I get accused of shit in chat.
It is
I have to-
JVD,
This is what
yeah.
happens when I address thing by thing. It's like, all right, put money up. Bet me I don't have an 84-inch reach. I'll go to a place. You'll see it measured. Okay. Like, I mean, seriously, because I want something for the shit. 'Cause it's like when people are wrong and I prove something. Like
He's
they're,
still
like,
yapping, isn't he? He's still
Yeah.
yapping.
Frankie,
he's just not.
Are you
listening
getting in
to
on
anyone.
Rush?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Alright.
So I'm gonna
Alright,
order
here,
the
I'm gonna call
order the
Good Noodle
console
and
version. Is the
you
answer to
guys-
that question? Because I've
Yeah.
heard the PC one's a bit glitchy.
I haven't had any
the
problems with it. But,
Yeah,
yeah,
I've got the PC one.
I was thinking I
haven't
might
had any
get like
glitches.
the PS5 version or something.
It's all the
It's-
same, mate, when it comes to
Yeah.
FIFA. Yeah.
Does it glitch the same way? Yeah.
No. Every now and again, sometimes it might desync when it's like everyone's internet connections. That's the only thing I notice. If sometimes when I'm playing with Cheddar
I've heard
there
it's
might be a
more
little
that
bit of a
something
lag because he's in
happens-
the
Yeah, I've heard
States.
it's something that happens with the PC version more though.
No, I haven't noticed anything.
So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I've not had any problems, but it's cross-platform anyway, so
Yeah.
doesn't matter what version you get.
Plus,
Yo,
I've got
I'd
a
rather
juicy
get the
game.
PC
When they
version,
say a
it's
game
just
doesn't
easier.
run very well, it always runs
Yo,
one
get
of
on
mine anyway.
Frankie's panel now.
But yeah,
Dude,
get in there, man, because
fucking hold on, dude.
All right. Yo,
yeah, the FC
sorry,
Rush,
I
mate.
called
When you
Noodle
get a
on
full
Instagram.
squad, four of you, it's fucking.
I already
Yo,
sent
come
Noodle
on,
the
you're
link.
supposed to be on this.
I'm enjoying my day off. Hold on.
All right, yo, Good Noodles said he just had sex and he's about to call in.
I did not say I was about to call in. I said I'm enjoying my day off.
What? Yeah, but you did before that.
What you? All I heard is I'm about to suck Gilly off. What's that about, Gilly?
Yo, Noodle, get in here and defend yourself, bro.
I don't need to defend myself.
No.
Spit facts.
No, just come, just.
Did you say I don't need to defend myself? I
Bro,
spit
just come,
facts. Is that what I
dude.
just heard?
I'm under Gilly's desk right now. That's the whole thing. I'm under Gilly's desk.
Yo, don't let no kill work some fucking bullshit. Just yo, come on, dude. Come on, dude. Yo, dude, brutally honest, it's called you do it. It's called you.
Good Noodle just fucked you up, mate. He just fucked you up.
Wait, like, how did that happen?
He fucked you up. He said he was under your desk.
If I don't call in,
Bro, dude, call in now. Come on.
no, I don't want to. I'm having fun.
I don't want to.
What the fuck?
Oh, that was gay. Oh, good
He did
Noodle,
it.
man.
Bye-bye.
Why is it? He almost redeemed himself with good character, and then he gets, oh, I don't want to.
That's the noise he makes when I'm in bed to go, no, not tonight. I don't want to.
Don't want to, Gilly. Get off.
Stop it.
I resent the implication that there's a special relationship.
We should just call you Rigo.
No.
Wow, that's the first insult
No,
you've thrown his way that's actually rattled him.
No, you shouldn't.
That's how bad being called Rigo is.
Brutally, you shouldn't do that. You should never do that.
You found the kryptonite.
Like actually, like real talk. Like nah, bro. You should not. Like, I mean, no, it's all good.
Nah,
You should never do that.
brutal. Nah, brutally. Nah.
Really?
You should brutally.
That was a good video. Yo, hey, brutally, don't tell me I don't fucking support your fucking channel when I fucking posted that video on my community tab.
I never said you didn't.
I can't see my chats now. For the time being.
Lane, you really gotta stop taking shots at me. It's not making you look good. Like, why do you? It's like I sent it a fucking olive branch. Do I have to like? Do no? So I don't have to do another fucking like. But I don't know why she does it to herself. But yeah, pull David's link up. Yo, did that girl make you sleep on top last night?
Do you know, when you mentioned the McLaren, I was thinking of that Friends episodes where Joey finds a Porsche and
You
pretends
watched
it's
Friends,
his.
Bodak?
Yes, I watched Friends. I'm a 90s kid. Of course I watched
Yeah,
fucking Friends.
we all watched Friends back in the 90s.
Yeah, we
Who's
grew
your
up.
favorite
on
character, Bodak? Who's your favorite character? Is it Joey?
My favourite character is Chandler, mate. I'm not a fucking
Of
savage.
course it's Chandler, yeah. Every English person loves Chandler. That's quintessential British humour right there.
I liked Ross, to be fair. I didn't like Joey.
Ross was better
fuck
later
Joey,
on.
mate. Boring.
Joey was just an idiot. They bastardized that character so badly. Just became an idiot.
It's like
it's
Americans love having that super dumb character in their shows, don't they?
Yeah,
Like,
someone who's just inexplicably stupid, like on a I can't dress myself in the morning kind of level.
yeah.
Yo, what about Bodak? You like Peep Show? That show with
Yes,
the
mate.
British
Peep
show?
Show's
Yeah,
fucking
Peep Show's
goated.
goated,
Yeah, it's
mate.
good, right?
Goated.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah, dude. The first episode
It got a little bit shitty towards the end, but they all do.
Yeah, no, the first episode of that show
Peep Show's
cracked me
fucking
up. My
amazing.
friend showed it to me. When the kids like jump him when he's trying to just go home and he's reading the
You
book.
kind of
on
remind
top.
me of Crazy Hands a little bit, just in how you like look.
Frankie, you
Got
remind me of
It's the hair.
Frankie. The people...
Super
No,
Hands.
Super Hands. Super Hands. Sorry.
Yo,
Sorry.
Frankie,
What did you call him?
You remind me.
I called him Crazy
Frankie, come
Hands.
on, don't make me.
Yeah.
Don't make me tell you
Slightly
that you
different.
remind me of a really pale Fredo Corleone from The Godfather, just in the forehead.
It's not
Shut
that
up,
bad.
Super Hands.
It's not that bad.
You were expecting a huge laugh on that, but meanwhile, Vinny's calling you something.
Vinny's on his own side quest. I don't think
Yeah,
anyone's
I-
paying attention to it.
Though it is mostly me being cooked like by 3 Brits. Like, and the chat is on the
I don't
side.
think. No, we're not cooking you. We're not cooking you. It's just banter.
No, yeah, whatever.
We're just messing about.
like,
you know how it is.
But what? CSP promoter, I'm not betting you, Tim. I'll bet. Yo, CSP promoter. Yo, you know what CSP
Two
promoter?
smelly fingers. Two smelly fingers was here earlier, and now he's not. And CSP promoter's here. Black Betty was saying he thinks that's CSP and
thinks
two
he's the
smelly
same
fingers.
CSP
person.
promoter.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Nah.
They're not in this chat together though, are they? And he was here earlier.
No, they're not.
Mm.
No.
I
We'll have
bet
to.
he's
We'll
right.
have to. We'll have to let that one simmer and see if the
No,
coincidence.
yo, hold on. Yo, you CSP promoter, you should bet Tim because Tim's lost bets to me. Like, you're not gonna be. What is the bet that you're talking about? Yeah. CSP promoter doesn't know who Tim is. But yo, you know what CSP promoter and Brutally Honest have in common? Bodak?
What's that?
They both been smoked by me in chess. Actually,
That's
CSP promoter put up way more of a fight than Brutally did. Brutally just folded and gave it up smooth.
A guy who told you beforehand he doesn't play chess.
No, I do play chess. I just didn't. It was just a quick game. I was driving my car and he was banging on about playing you on chess. I was
my
like,
God. Excuses. Excuses, brother.
You beat me. I'm just telling you what happened. Like, you're making out that it was a big planned thing.
No,
it was like a spur of the moment, quick game of chess. I wanted to play speed. You wanted to play 10 minutes.
You didn't say you wanted to play. I said you.
I sent you a request.
You wanted to play speed. I would have played speed. I said whatever you want.
I sent you a request on speed, and you declined it, and then you resent the request as a 10-minute game. That's what happened.
Okay, if that happened, that's only because like I hadn't been on chess.com in a long time. I never all you had to do was send me a message and be like, "Yo, let's do speed chess. You want to do speed chess right now? Let's go."
No, because I don't care.
I don't care either. But
you have this like big thing about everything.
No,
you want to go? You want to go? You want to play me in
don't.
chess? Oh, I'll fucking do you in chess. I don't
No,
give a
no,
fuck.
no, not at all.
It's chess.
I know.
One of my pet peeves is that Gilly's always trying to control the setup. He's always wanting to take control of setup. When I made it clear, come on my stream after a quiz on a Thursday, and we'll play to it.
Hold on, wait.
Exactly, Bodak. Exactly. That's what he did. When I sent him a quick speed. He sent it back as a 10-minute game. He couldn't do the speed, and then he resent the 10 minutes. It's always under Giuliano's conditions.
If that happened, that was not like intentional. I just fucking hadn't been on the website for a long time. But at the same time, we could do speed chess right now.
Poor Giuliano.
No, Bodak. This is the thing, Bodak. I've been like, yo, do you want to just like play like a practice game? Not even like during anyone's live stream. Like, can we do it now? And you're like, no. Like, let's do it on stream Thursday.
I want it on stream so everyone can see you get embarrassed.
Right, yeah, you keep saying that, except then when I was like, bro, I'm gonna be on a plane that Thursday. So that's the one day I can do it. And I offered you
no, fuck that. Gilly. It's fine, Gilly. It's fine that you was on a plane. It's fine. But the answer to that is I will reschedule it. You fucked off going, Bodak's ducking me. He's ducking me. Fuck that.
Yeah, but I'm just talking.
You're the fucker who couldn't make it, not me.
I'm just talking shit, though. In reality,
fuck that. I'll see you on Thursday.
Yeah, the quiz is Thursday, I thought. That's what I told
do the quiz, and then I'll school you at chess.
No, wait, chess first, dude. Don't you?
No, quiz first.
You go live all the time. Like, wait, do you don't have another stream earlier in the week?
I think we do need to do this live though, because it's been building for a while.
Yes, we do.
No, Gilly, my schedule is Monday and Thursday, and if I'm gaming, I'll just go live just because. But Monday and Thursdays are my actual streams.
Okay, can we do it? So Monday's tomorrow. Can we do it? Can we do it?
Monday? We can do it tomorrow if you want. Yeah.
All right, bet. And you want to do what? You said best out of
best of 7, yeah.
Okay. So best 4 for 7. Are we doing like 5 minutes on the clock for each 5 or like how do you want to do it?
I'm happy. I'm happy 5 or 10.
Yeah. All right, I think 5 is better for if we're playing best of 7, we should do 5 because it's like
Yeah, it's good. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
all right,
Let's do it.
yeah, dude.
Cool.
What's it?
Sorted.
Yeah. What time do you
I have a
stream?
chess background, by the way. You know that, right?
I mean, bro, I was better when I was like 10 years old. Yeah, you know, like when you're a kid, if you, and then but like I'm good-ish. Like I'm 3-1 on.
He's not
YouTube.
good, Bodak. He's not good at all. I could have checkmated him. I was
Bro,
just driving at the time.
Okay, now you're gonna talk shit. I took your queen in 2 minutes, and then I fucking marauded on you for another 2 minutes.
I gave up my queen because I couldn't be arsed. I was just doing this, and this,
driving.
and I was one move away from
so you don't
checkmating
humiliate yourself.
and you missed it, and I was only fucking around because I was driving.
Bro,
you try and fucking drive and play chess, dickhead.
First of all, the fact that
you're going absolutely humiliating. He is absolutely wank. He is absolutely wank.
Coming to light, you were driving. Okay, let's redo it.
I said I would. I offered you the rematch there and then. You declined it.
I never declined a rematch. You're lying.
And then
lying.
He did.
I declined
and
the rematch.
Almost for a week, I said, "Oh, do you want another game?" He's like, "No, I'm one up on you. I beat you on something finally.
100%
I'm
garbage
1-0."
coming out of your mouth right now.
This is what doing his little fucking gilly dance.
I never declined it. Never declined it. Sassen Call is the only person to beat me so far. Sassen Call is a G. That was a 3 out of 5 war. And
you're going to absolutely humiliate him tomorrow night, Bodak. It's going to be like a whitewash.
Yo,
CSP says he checked you.
Hold on. Can we actually?
Did he checkmate or did you check him or checkmate him? Because if you checkmated him, you obviously won.
I checkmated brutally.
But CSP promoter says you said you beat CSP, and he's saying he checkmated
promoter.
you.
So I beat in the 2 out of 3. I beat CSP promoter. Now, how that happened was
just for reference, right? Do you want to pull up the game, Gilly? Because when you actually did beat me,
I'm not going to make excuses.
Right?
I'm not going to make excuses.
No, there's no excuses. But he got me down to because I was driving. He got me down to my queen. It took him about 15 moves when I was down to my queen to actually checkmate me. Because he's that shit at the fucking game. 15 moves.
Brutally,
I was down to my fucking queen.
9 seconds. The point is that
because I was playing fast. I was just playing fast, but who gives a fuck anyway? It's chess, man.
Yeah. Let's do a rematch. But no, CSP promoted, yes. So here's what's going on. Now, no excuses. Facts are, I was live streaming, right? And I assume I took CSP promoter not seriously in the first of a 2 out of 3, right? So I really wasn't fucking zoned in on the game. He did checkmate me. So we had 2 more games after that. He ran he ran out on the clock, right? I mean, and then the 3rd game I was very close to checkmating him and also ran out on the clock.
CSP promoter, is your chess game as good as your FC Rush game? That'll give me an idea how good you are at chess.
Oh, really? He's been playing it? That's cool.
He's great at FIFA, yeah? Or FC, whatever it's called now.
That's cool. CSP promoter's chess game is not as... I mean, CSP promoter, if you want to run back a 2 out of 3, I'm down. Yeah, thank you, Madison. Taking on 3 Angloids at once. These fucking Aryan fucks.
He's not really taking on anyone, is he?
Really, where's that picture of you, of your first cousin that was brought up on the stream on the stream that Frankie felt was too many people, too much.
You mean last Sunday?
Yeah.
What you on about?
Yeah, last Sunday.
The one page that picture with that you presented the implication that it was a relative of yours or in fact you, like some dude with glasses. You know what the fuck I'm talking about? No.
No.
Do you have to comb through the fucking shit and find it?
I still need a forfeit for the AI bet. I've only got 5 weeks left.
Betty, I guarantee I can press one on it. Betty, I don't even know what you look like, and you're, first of all, I mean, and how would we do that? Would you go on, like, are you willing to go on camera, go to a gym and rack up weight, and can we do that? That's one thing that I would have over Betty. Betty, you could probably bench more than me. I'm sure Betty, you could bench more than me. Probably squat more than me too.
How on average, Gilly, when you leave a live panel, how many new bets have you made with people? On
must be
average,
hard to keep track.
Bodak, why do you want to know? Because you lost the bet to me.
I'm just thinking maybe 5, 10. What's the average? How many new bets do you leave every live stream with?
No bets have been made, like in this panel.
Or at least how many bets do you challenge people to? Because you say you don't encourage gambling, but you're constantly betting people and challenging them to bet.
That's people on MMA YouTube, Bodak. That's not like to the public. It's to the public that I don't encourage gambling in general. Like, and you yourself have said that you want to get into gambling. I assume me telling you no, don't.
I want to understand the strategies from a professional gambler. I want to know what
right
they do to be profitable.
And you have said to me yourself that like you do want to eventually like start to bet. So I assume that me telling you no, dude, just don't gamble at all. That's probably not going to stop you. You're just going to go. Eventually you're just gonna find somebody else who, and hopefully not like a lucrative James or somebody like that. But like,
nah, I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm not gonna bet.
No, I know.
I'm not gonna unnecessarily gamble.
No, obviously. But like, what I'm saying is like, after saying like, I genuinely don't encourage the general public to gamble at all, right? There's like anyone who's still listening after that is already gonna do it. So
right. Giliano, shut the fuck up. Bodak, do you want to see how shit Giliano is? Do you want just a little taste of what?
I'm not. I wish you were here.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Brutally, if I took your glasses. Brutally, if I took your glasses off your face.
So right, this is Giliano. He takes my pawn, and then watch. This is our shit, Giliano.
Yeah, I'm playing with my food.
This is our shit.
Yo, yeah, brutally. That's you get it. That's
this
you with only your
how
king.
many moves. I have just got
Brutally,
a king
are you
and
really
I'm driving along.
that you managed to keep your king alive for that long? It's called playing with your food, bro. That's what I did.
Oh, it's a weak closing game, Gilly. That's what I witnessed.
Yeah, it's real shit.
You want to see a strong one?
Shit.
You want to see a strong one? Let's go. Let's go.
We will. I'll see you tomorrow.
No, not
I'll
you.
show you I'll show you what a strong close looks like.
Bodak, you might honestly, I'm not saying you won't beat me. It will be competitive though.
It won't.
Oh.
I hope it's competitive because
who said it
stream.
More
If I
fun that
just
way.
nuke through every game,
Who said
it'll be a
it
bit of a
won't?
shit
More fun when
stream.
it's competitive.
Was it brutally hopping on Bodak's stick, or was it?
You know what you need to do? Have a few beers or whiskeys before you play. Like dull your brain a little bit, and then I think it'll be competitive.
I'll hit one of Vinny's dabs. That'll dumb me down good.
Yeah, have a dab. Have a few whiskeys.
Bodak, the thing about that closing game, dude, was that I was fucking around with him because I took his queen. He gave up his queen like so easily that it was just funny to me to just take out every piece but his king and give him over the ability to just push his king around the board. Like,
no, because
I don't think so, Gilly.
Yeah, that's not a power move in chess though. That's weak.
In chess, you go for the quickest finish. That's how you flex in chess. You do it in the quickest way.
Just like if I took that hat off your head and held it up in the air where you couldn't reach it, like that would be a power move.
No, because I'd just bite your face off.
Not before cock punch.
Bro, you're fucking really. Could your actual face like reach my face? As in,
how tall are you?
16.5. I guess you could.
Yeah, easy.
Like in like a running dive. You try to bite my face off.
Yeah, I'd just bite your face off.
But why not just grapple, dude? You're a grappler.
If you're holding my ass above my head, I just bite your nose. I just bite your nose off.
The arm that was holding the hat, couldn't you like lock that into an arm bar?
You'll have to get his nose before JVD finds him.
I could double leg you, take you down, pick
You
you
might
up,
be able to double
slam
leg
you,
me.
or
You probably,
suplex you.
Yeah. In
Oh
all
no,
seriousness, dude,
not probably, definitely.
No, yeah.
I told you I would go for a single leg and get you down, and you claimed you'd get me with a knee kick.
Yeah, a knee kick.
Well, knee. You said I'd get a knee straight to the face if I went in for a double leg or a single leg.
If we were,
why isn't Brutally getting this same bravado?
Well, I mean, because Brutaly's a bit more, if I'm not mistaken, right? He's has a bit more experience training, huh?
Yeah, I've only like studied it and been in a gym. I've never competed. Not in jiu-jitsu.
Right.
I have in taekwondo, but not in jiu-jitsu.
You've done taekwondo.
There's a wrestling element to it.
Yeah, in taekwondo, there's loads of events. You get to compete all the time at every level.
The thing is with what I was saying, that Brutally is like, so Brutally, it's a hard spot. I mean, Brutally, like, don't be a mong and try to knock me out. It's like I won't. Like, well, shin pads, but like I would have to control distance and not. If he shoots on me and gets me to the ground, it's gonna be him. It's basically me just like avoiding him taking me down and throwing fucking strikes at distance.
Oh no, I'm going to come try and knock you out.
Bro, you're fucked if you do that. You're fucked if you do that.
Oh no, I'm not. Why?
I mean, like, no, but like relatively, like, not relatively, but you know what I mean. Like like figuratively knock me out, as in.
What you're saying,
like,
he's not playing to his strengths if he takes that approach. Is that what you're suggesting?
If he were to strike with me, I assume it would be a disadvantage. Maybe not. Maybe Brutally Honest is a fucking better everywhere. He's definitely better. He would definitely be better at grappling. I have zero grappling background, except for like, no, I'm not even gonna like except for what amounts to nothing. So. Like, I'm honest about like my gaps and shit, and like it's like the fact that like people are like, oh, you don't have an 84-inch reach, that's impossible. It's like, bro, it's not impossible whatsoever. I'm the same height as Sergey Pavlovich, who has the same reach as me. Like, that's one person. It doesn't matter how that he's a heavyweight or anything.
Wait, are you saying you have the same reach as Sergey Pavlovich? Is that what I just heard?
Yes. Yeah, 84 inches would be a fighter with an 84-inch reach. Yes.
How tall is Sergey Pavlovich? He's like 6'4", and he's got a freakish reach.
No, he's 6'3". I'm 6'2.5". It's very
ITF, yeah, Tim.
And it's not, by the way, it's not always an advantage to have that much of a reach. Like, it's if somebody like Brutaly's height gets in close, it's to get power on things. I mean,
no, it's not more the advantage thing. It's just it just sounds like a freakishly long reach.
Yeah, it happens. Like, it does.
It happens.
I mean, there's like, I'm trying to think of fighters with Sonny Liston boxing reach. He was 6 foot even with a.
I'm saying even in professional fighting circles, that's like a freakishly long reach.
So you know the difference between boxing reach and like where it's fist to fist.
Yeah, because
so
it's the
Sonny Liston was
distance between the.
Yeah, but don't forget, we're talking to the Giuliano, the guy who's just better in every aspect of life, and
he was a 5th dan black belt by 19.
He owns a McLaren. He works at Netflix. He's been everywhere, done everything.
Sonny Liston, who's shorter
he's
than
even been to the moon. That he went out to space before Katy Perry did. He's done it all.
Giuliano was the cameraman on the Apollo 11 missions.
Dude, I fucked Katy Perry before Russell Brand. Put that out there. No, I didn't. I did not do that. That's not a real thing.
It's more believable than the McLaren.
Is that?
Hey, speaking of Katy Perry, Rex is in court, isn't he, this week? Russell Brand for
what do you guys think about Russell Brand
allegations?
I think he's a grifter.
Yeah, he's a grifter, but I don't really have much of an opinion on him.
Oh, I can't stand him. I had to go watch him live. His stand-up. It is the most... Oh, fuck. It was...
Yeah, I'd imagine it's
circus level reach,
you can't even... I can't even begin to tell you how much of a narcissist this guy is.
Yo,
He has an interval.
Boxing
Shut the fuck up, Gilly. He has an interval halfway through where he comes into the crowd and he just does this. He just does this, and all the people come up to him. It's like some spiritual awakening where all these fucking girls come up to him, start hugging him, and like fucking kissing him. Am I wearing a bra? No, dickhead.
The way you spread. I'm sorry. The way you spread your arms. I was trying to ask what you.
It's called pecs.
Oh yeah. So you want just to give it?
Are we gonna go peck for peck?
Yeah.
Were you just asking to see my nipples?
Okay, so
were you just asking to see my pecs?
No, I'm not asking.
I mean, it's not that crazy on this. It's not that crazy. It's not that crazy a request on this channel.
Lane, Russell Brand isn't a conservative. He's a grifter.
Here's something else, right? So, one time, right?
He's a Snozzle Tribe puppet.
Exactly, Bodak. He is a disgusting
You're
human
talking about,
being.
yeah, Russell Brand, yeah, word. Yeah,
he's in bed with Jesuits and the Snozzle Tribe. He's a piece of shit grifter. He's just like this conservative Christian arc. It's just another bullshit way of getting attention.
Wait, Russell Brand's conservative Christian now? Didn't he used to be liberal?
He's just converted to Christianity. He just bangs on about God all the time now. He's just a grifter. Whatever works, whatever keeps him in the limelight.
I remember he used to fall. What's the guy from Peep Show? Rob. What's his name? Rob.
Actually, should know.
Shit, I can't remember his name.
I should know this. I like that stuff.
Robert Webb.
Yeah,
he fell out massively with Robert Webb, and Robert Webb absolutely tore him apart. He thinks he knows politics. He thinks he knows religion. He's just pretentious. He's a massively pretentious.
Robert Webb's a pretty clever guy, actually.
He was on Rogan's show, just talking a mile a minute about and he was very liberal then. Now he's
I don't think Russell Brand is stupid. I just think he's a grifter.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
That's the sense that I'm getting.
He's one of the most disingenuous fucking idiots out there, and he's just a puppet to Israel and all that shit. I don't know how you can talk about that on here, Frankie, but yeah, it's part of that. It's part of that clique. He's got puppet masters, mate. He's not. I don't buy it for a second, mate.
I think that's probably next, Kyrie. That would be the next move when this runs its course.
Yeah, if he converts to Islam, Yo, but what thing is that? Oh yeah, no, that was another thing. So somebody's like, yo, you have a gut, and then so I show my abs on a live stream like months and months ago, and then I'm like, yo, aren't you the fucking gay guy who showed your abs on a live stream? Like, there's no way.
You can't win. You can't win on the internet. I'll give you that. You can't win.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's like fucking, it's like me buying, like an asset to then sell at a profit, right? People.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I tried to give you a way out.
He just drags it back. He just drags it back to the McLaren that he doesn't drive, and he won't show anyone.
Vinny, you're saying you got 4 kids you didn't neglect. Your prison records are online, mate.
Bro, yeah.
You got arrested for it and convicted. Sorry, I just saw the comment.
He's infuriating. He went into Giuliano's stream. He started talking shit, and there he's been in Frankie's. He's just an absolute fucking cunt. How do you know she's your oldest is 11?
I'm not familiar with the whole backstory on this one. I've got to be honest.
So
I mean, you don't have to go into it. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you can't. Anyway. I do want to apologise to Vinny though, because when I pulled up his prison records on my stream, I didn't realise I was showing his real name, so I doxed him.
Dude, he already doxed. He already doxed himself, dude. He doxed himself on his own channel like before Bodak.
Yeah, deserved. It don't matter. It's still out of order for me to do it.
No, it matters. If somebody's already put their name out there, it's fine.
Yeah, but I could have done it without doing that. It was still funny without it.
Bodak, do you remember when you like before it was known that Vinny's age was 31? That
I couldn't believe that was verified. I could have sworn that guy was in his 40s.
He's 2 years younger than me.
So he's 31.
Yeah.
That means he's 9 years younger than me.
Damn.
Dude, the guy's 12 years younger than me. And he looks 5 years older. 10 years older. Actually, I look fucking young for my age. He looks
Rudy's
like
the
20
only
years
one who
older.
hasn't revealed his age of the four of us.
No, everyone knows my age.
I just scared. I don't know your age. How old are you?
I'm 47.
Really?
Mm.
Are you actually 47?
Yeah.
Damn. You look younger than Vinny for sure. Fuck. That's crazy. Like, yo, you look good for 47, bro. Fuck. That's crazy. Yeah, Vinny. I mean, Vinny, it's like, I don't know. Vinny looks 55, yeah. Dude. All right, so last night's card might as well not have happened. 315 next weekend. Although actually the Rainier DeRitter, Sandhagen, Becca, who else really? I mean, Quang Lee looked really good. I have to give it to him, even though no one cares about that fight. It was at least
I
it
don't think
moved.
anyone cares about talking about fighting at all at this point. I think it's just-
I'm just saying this is like a wrap up. I'm like, is there anything else about that card? Is fuck it, nah.
No, it was a pretty. I mean, it wasn't the worst card of the year by a long stretch. It was.
What do you think
it wasn't
was?
a terribly dull card?
What do you think was the worst? UFC specifically.
What, the worst card this year or the worst fight on last night's card?
No, the worst card this year.
It's rough. Like it's easier to talk about the cards that were. It's easy to remember the cards that were good because there was like 2 or 3 of them. I think most cards have sucked this year, in my opinion.
Mm.
And I feel like next week's card is significantly weakened now that Joel Alvarez is not on it. But if what's his name? If the rumors are true, and Rufi's trying to step in there to fight BSD, at least
That
we'll
would be
get another
fantastic.
murder.
That'd be absolutely fantastic. And he
It's
could
not
do
been
it
a great
too.
year for the UFC.
I mean,
Rufi could do it. I mean, it's easy. I can understand why Rufi wants to take it. It's a fucking layup.
yeah, that's a great, yeah.
It's another name that's near that. That's in. I think BSD's still in the rankings, right, or just outside them.
Yeah, he's
still ranked, I think.
I think he's.
That's
13.
what I'm saying. So for Rufi, it makes a hell of a lot of sense. As somebody that's been
yeah.
absolutely smashed out in his last 3 fights, and
Yeah.
is someone ranked, of course he's going to take it.
I think his last 2 fights now. There was Moicano and before that Poirier.
Yeah, last 2. I think, anyone's got to be looking at BSD at this point and thinking,
yeah.
In the same way that people are kind of eyeing up Neil as well, where they're like, just go after him.
Darius. Cheddarhead is very insistent that Darius is gonna win. Yeah, Darius needs to be paired from the rankings. Chandler's still ranked too. So
Chandler's
that's
like
more
12,
wild to me.
BSD's 13.
I'm surprised they put Chandler as low as 12, considering how long he's been hanging around with a 2-5 record, being ranked at all.
Yeah,
it's mad.
Yeah, well,
but then this just goes back to the UFC's ultimate control, because as much as they're saying it goes to the fucking media, there's no way the media
the pound
are keeping
for pound
Michael Chandler.
But pound for pound goes to the media for sure. I
don't even look at the pound for pound list.
Yeah, the pound for pound is retarded.
The rankings are bad anyway, but the pound for pound list is just next level stupid.
Throw me
all the rankings. Yeah, it says here, rankings were generated by a voting panel made up of media members.
Yeah.
The media members were asked to vote for who they feel are the top fighters in the UFC by weight class and pound for pound. A fighter is only eligible to be voted on if they are in active status in the UFC. So they vote every week.
That's going to include fuckers like Mac Life and stuff like that, isn't it? They're going to be having a say in
I think there's like 300 and there's 300 plus like media members. I think it's something like that. There's loads.
It isn't that many. There's a few, but it isn't that many. So KHON Honolulu, MMA Oddsbreaker, CFMU 93.3,
I don't even know who
Fight
any of
News,
these
Fight
fuckers are.
Network, Gazzetta, Esportiva, Cherokee Scout, Burbank Leader, MMA Weekly, Kiar's 105.3, Vord Sport, Wrestling Observer, Top Turtle Podcast, My MMA News, MMA Fight Radio,
Just tell me Amy
Boxio
Kaplan. Is Amy Kaplan on there?
Boxio Mondale, Kimura SE, MMA Soldier, MMA NYTT, Blood and Sweat, Insider Fighting Radio. So surprisingly, none of the actual big legitimate MMA news companies, just these fucking shell companies that the UFC have made up
That is
for
a bit
fucking
suspicious.
I've never actually looked at that before, but I've never heard of a single one of those.
Is Amy Kaplan on that list? I need to know.
I've just
She
read
probably
it out.
works for
Did
one of.
you?
She probably
Oh, that
she
was
probably
her.
works for one of them though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
the rankings never get fucking followed anyway, so who cares at this point?
I think
It's
you know,
fucking nonsense.
I think there's a little bit more scrutiny once you're talking about like the top 5 of any division, maybe. But
Is it though?
I mean, yeah. I mean, think about middleweight. Think about what weight class would you question somebody being in the top 5?
Yeah, Amy Kaplan worked for MMA Weekly,
There
which is
you
on
go.
the panel.
There you are.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like Frankie, is there any weight class where like there's somebody in the top 5? I'm trying where you think they don't belong there?
Let me have a quick look while we're here.
Where's Kamaru at welterweight? Because he's about to be out of it.
I think he's still in the top 5. I'm sure.
Yeah, but Buckley's about to
Amir
do him.
Al-Bazi should not be in the top 5.
He was number 1 before Moreno.
He shouldn't have been number 1. Him being number 3 is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. But he's gonna get matched up with, whoever. Probably.
I think even Yair Rodriguez being in the top 5 is kind of mental as well at featherweight.
Coming off that win, dude. Why not? Like, I mean, who else would you? Who would you? Yeah. I think that. Al-Bazi gets matched up with like Tamarov or somebody like that.
Aljamain Sterling probably deserves to be rated higher than Yair Rodriguez. He's won 3 out of 4 fights, hasn't he, or something like that.
But no,
I don't know. Maybe not Aljamain, but you know what I'm saying. It's.
I mean,
yeah.
What's Arnold Allen?
He's 6,
He is. Yeah, he's 6th.
Okay, he should
You
probably.
can make a case for him, but he's lost a couple of fights that he shouldn't have lost. That were probably.
He lost to Holloway, and then he was undefeated, and Holloway beat him, and then Evloev beat him. But then he beat Giga after that. Yeah, I don't know. Featherweight's a weird division. Dude, featherweight's a weird division. Who does Volkanovski fight next?
Gotta be Evloev. Gotta be Evloev. Yeah. And I think
Lane. I know it wasn't that impressive, but it's just like, I mean, you're not gonna take him down in the rankings for that.
He should be at least 2 fights away from a title fight though, and him being number 5 is suggesting otherwise, or joint 4th.
You're talking about Yair?
Yeah.
Dude, he's not. Becky, I remember when you were furious because Yair was calling for a title shot that he was never. I was like, bro, he's not gonna get it. Don't worry.
No, I'm not worried about. But sometimes people talk their way into these. You know how things.
Yeah,
go.
but not him, dude. Topuria maybe, but it's like you have to be able to bet, like to talk their way. Colby Covington might be the last person to have ever, like, actually talked his way into an undeserved title shot.
Yeah.
Maybe Topuria, you could argue.
Yeah. So, is there anything you guys want to talk about before we head off? Because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning here.
Oh shit!
Is there anything
Fucking
you
hell.
guys want to round up
Yeah.
on? Yeah, it's fucking been one.
Yeah.
I try not to go too much longer than 3 hours because I got a life and all that shit.
Yeah.
Can I,
I need
shout
to
out the
get there.
quiz? Can I shout out the
Absolutely.
quiz?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo,
Thursday MMA quiz for 314. Hopefully,
Let
we're
me
gonna
pull this
have
up real
Idaho
quick, actually.
Skatesman and
Yeah,
Vinny the
Idaho,
Guinea.
dude, Idaho is
Sorry,
doing
brutal.
it.
I've invited Vinny the Guinea on.
That's going to be entertainment. Hang on a second.
Yeah,
So-
Idaho, dude. Idaho's definitely doing it. Fight Fairy's probably gonna do the quiz first, and then maybe be a guest like the week after. I sent you.
Is Vinny coming on for the quiz? Did you say?
Yeah.
Yo, Vinny, you better.
That would be fucking sensational.
you better.
I mean, this could. You might want to rethink that because I'm not saying I don't want to have it out with Vinny, but this could derail your quiz entirely. Just to let you know.
No. I think it should be so. So right now it's me, brutally Idaho, and Vinny, right?
I believe so. Yeah. Oh, so Frankie was hooking me up as well with someone. I might
Yeah,
not have enough spaces for everyone.
Jack's from Making the Walk is there if you need him.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I want.
But
Lane
yeah,
was talking about trying to get. Lane was asking to get his wife on as well, but I'm not sure how doable that is. I don't think we can both go on at the same time. But
well,
Dude, I
it's
want
obviously more than
female
one quiz.
perspective.
It's every.
Yeah,
UFC pay-per-view,
exactly.
but yeah.
This is an MMA
yeah,
quiz.
because it's a UFC thing
I'm winning.
specifically. I think they'd be more down for the UFC.
Also-
he also
also,
said
the
he'd be
thing
down
with
for the
Idaho
general
is-
knowledge one as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
well-
thing with Idaho is like when he was on a
Take it
stream
easy,
on my channel, and he's very much not a casual, which was like was portrayed when him and Hank did a show. So like it's good to have him like on panel and shit.
Well, the next UFC quiz after this first day will be on June 5th.
So it's every numbered card, yeah.
Yeah,
June
I think the other thing is I've had
yeah,
with musical, a lot of people are a little bit nervous just jumping in. So the guys that are considering it, I would recommend joining in as just a guest, like in the chat, just to get a feel for it. And then join as a panel member next time. I think that's a good way to introduce them to it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah,
That's exactly-
let them do it because it was a bit overwhelming for me doing the quiz for the first time and being on. There's a lot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's good if they've played the quiz before they come on the panel. But
Yeah.
This
Not
first
only
day.
played Bodak, but won.
Let me plug my fucking quiz, Gilly. Anyway, first day. So it's I go live at 10 p.m. at Greenwich Mean Time. I don't know what that is in the States. I normally start the quiz about half an hour in. But yeah, everyone's welcome. Everyone can play along at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
that's a lot
Bodak.
of fun.
Bodak, I'm promoting this shit.
Yes, I appreciate it. You need to make peace with fucking musical. You do. He wants an apology, mate.
Yeah.
He wants an apology.
It's a
I'm
pain in the
sorry.
fucking ass having two chats with one in him.
Bro,
Just make peace with the man.
You know what? Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, bro.
And then we
but,
can
like,
just join the chat.
I owe
together as
him an
opposed to
apology
having
for what?
two.
What do I owe him an apology for, dude?
He's
Like,
upset
I don't
about
know
the
why he
raid
brought that
begging,
up.
mate, and your attitude towards it when you were called out. on
Yeah.
it.
My attitude towards him, really?
Just know your
It
attitude
wasn't
towards the
him,
raid
it was
begging.
towards the raid.
Yeah.
He's-
But Bodak, that was between that was something that you and I talked about, right? And it's not his job to I mean that's something.
I'm just saying, you need to talk to him. You need to talk to
No,
him. Go talk to him.
Yeah, let's-
Don't talk to me. Go and talk to him.
Okay. I DM'd
Yeah,
him
'cause
back when
Bodak's
that
not
happened.
pissed at
He
you,
hasn't
so
he hasn't
yeah,
responded.
yeah.
So let him
Yeah, you apologized to me. I accepted it. We moved on. But yeah, you need to, it's fucking silly. It's
And
silly.
by the way,
peace,
it's such
man.
it's such a ridiculous accusation for him to make on the level that he made it on. That I just I don't think I think it's about something else. But yeah, I mean I don't know. I mean you brought it up, so
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's better
I
for
mean
the rest of us, Gilly.
no, it's on him. It's on him to be like. I mean. He's I trust me. It's I mean, he knows he knows he was wrong to do that. And
Does he?
and,
Yeah, you need to
sure
talk to him.
about that.
maybe he
Talk to
doesn't,
him. I
but
don't
he
think,
won't. And I'm
Gilly, you
sorry.
need to talk to him.
I
Talk
don't
to
have
him.
anything to say, bro.
He might.
Like I did. I
You need
tried
to talk to him.
I did. I tried. Get him to have him tell me.
No, I can't get him to do anything.
DM
He's his
I sent.
own man. You need to reach out to him. You need to do it.
Dude, you're the one telling me I need to whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just no, he's saying reach out. Yeah, reach out
I
to him
sent
and
him a
DM. I'm sure you
DM. He
have.
never answered it, bro.
All right, if that's what it is,
no,
then
that's
fair
it.
enough. It would be nice
Like-
if you guys fixed it up though, because it's again, it's just
like yeah, but
another
like,
rift in the
point-
community that we don't need.
I mean, I didn't start it, and I really didn't start it, and I think that
I think you started
Whatever.
somehow. That's not
What?
strictly true.
It's like if someone
no.
punches you in the face and then you say, "What the fuck?" Do you know what I mean? Or you get angry about it.
What?
Maybe that's a bad analogy.
the terrible analogy.
I'm quite tired. But you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody gets mad at you for doing something, you can't say, "Oh well, I don't know why you're mad."
No,
guess
it's not. That's not
I'm
what
making a
happened.
very bad point.
That's not what happened. Like, what happened was that, like, do you really want to air this out on there? Because I mean, I will.
I don't think we need to go into it this late.
No,
Yeah.
I'm
It's
good,
kind
thank
of
you.
a-
I mean,
we shouldn't have even brought it up in here, to be
I don't know
fair.
why you brought that up.
Giuliano, you go enjoy your big long lanky fucking reach and go touch up your girl that you've gone all that way for to meet. You go touch her with your big long gangly arms. Go on.
I will.
Go,
truly.
go
You do the
stretch
same.
Armstrong.
You do
Go stretch Armstrong and
you do the
fucking
same
fondle
with your gerbil paws and yeah.
Giuliano, Giuliano,
Jim-
when are you back in LA?
I think May 9th, yeah.
Okay.
May 9th or 10th. Wait, when is I'm gonna be here for 3:15. So that's the 10th. So probably the 11th.
Okay, cool.
Yo,
All right, well, I appreciate having
Lane being
everyone on.
sarcastic. Yeah, Lane, actually I am, dude.
All right, carry on.
Like, Bodak's not gonna deny that.
Sorry, what?
Shut the fuck up, Giuliano.
Say that
Fuck
again, I
off.
missed
sorry,
that.
it's just like, wait, see, this is the thing. It's like, oh,
Well,
you gotta
Chrissy
make
J's going to
peace with
back up
people.
your reach, did he say?
No,
Did you say Chrissy
Lane.
J's
No,
gonna-
what I'm
oh,
saying,
that's
is
absolutely
that like, see, Bodak, you go like, oh, you got to make peace with like this person, with Lane. Like, for example, people like, where Western Mass Comics told me I had to make peace with Lane. The thing is, I tried, and Lane keeps not like. It's like I extended an olive branch, even though she's way in the wrong in the first place. But fuck that. I said, fuck it all. I'll be, I'm good.
That's not an olive
Yeah.
branch, innit? It's like, even though you're
now
way
it's
wrong.
not, but I didn't say.
You
I didn't
gotta
say
move on.
even- No,
You
no,
gotta
but
move on
I
from
did
it.
not. I did not do that. I did not say, "Hey,
You
Lane,
just did
you're
it.
definitely wrong," but hey, here's an olive branch. That's not what I did. Okay. Now,
I
what
just-
I'm saying,
I just want
now
to
that she
say-
said, now she's taking like 7 passive aggressive little cunty shots. Like, I'm fucking done. Like, I'm done. She's just like, it's annoying, bro. Like, and the fact that like, and it's not even about me. That shit. Like, that conflict. I got dragged into a conflict between her and somebody else. Okay. That started between her and somebody else. That it's like, how many fucking conflicts does she have with people? Like,
I don't know.
and
I
was
feel
just
like
I
you
don't
could
have a
sort a
conflict
lot of
with
these
her.
problems out, Gilly, if you just grow the fucking mustache,
This all comes
right,
back to
dude.
the mustache, doesn't it?
I'm never going to let it go until I see that fucking
Yo,
mustache.
see, why do you have to?
You
hop
lost the bet on my
really
fucking
fast?
quiz. I'm the quiz master. Grow the tash.
You
Yes.
lost the bet to me, and it hasn't sat right. And now that there's a bet,
No, but he
Okay, the
fulfilled
brew-
his
the
end of
brew-
the he fulfilled his end of the
He
deal.
did
I mean,
do
it might
that.
not be
Within
as,
the hour.
it
Bodak,
might not
you
be
really,
as fucking terrible as
Bodak,
a
when I
throw
get
the
back to Los
cash, but it
Angeles,
was
when I
fulfilled.
get back to Los Angeles, I will grow the biggest, thickest mustache. All right. How long
It doesn't
do I have
feel
to have for
it doesn't feel as good anymore, I'll be honest, and I'm not even that invested in it.
I think for every delay,
Yeah,
each
but
day
think-
you've delayed, I
Frankie,
think
think
Brutal
about
should be having
the-
an extra 2 on.
No,
Oh,
think
yeah.
about this.
How long
Think
how
about
long do you have to have the mustache for, Giuliano?
I
How long
don't
does it have to
remember.
be?
I don't
So
remember.
the agreement was, and I have this in writing on WhatsApp, so we can't back out.
I'm not backing out. I'm not backing out.
30 days from when you have grown a full mustache.
Fair enough.
So you've got to grow it out, then it starts.
So you're saying like a shave and then 30 days.
No. You
No,
have
no,
got
he's
to
saying when
grow
it's
it
fully
out.
grown in as a mustache, then when it's fully grown, then you have to continue for 30
He
days.
didn't realize this.
That-
He
no,
thought
no,
it
no,
was
no.
30
Brutal,
days.
isn't it?
And
Bro, okay,
he
so
Apparently
agreed
it's
to
in
it.
writing.
He agreed to the
so it
fucking
doesn't
terms.
count. So it's a grow. Okay, so what's a full
You have to
mustache?
grow it out. You have to grow it out to his satisfaction.
No, I get it. I get
and
it. I
then
get
30
it.
days after, you're
What's a full
your-
mustache?
To your
The length at which
to
Brutal's
your-
is
now.
No, it's to the length of his dad's mustache.
Oh, bro.
that's
So
gonna
I,
be rough.
so I literally have to have like a Wario, like a Waluigi,
Yeah.
Wario, Mario
Yeah.
mustache.
And you can't grow the rest out either. It has to be just the mustache.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't hide it in a goatee or a beard. You have to have
yeah,
a
yeah,
tash
that's
and nothing else.
tash
Right.
only.
So
that's
the
less
bet
funny.
that Brutally is gonna lose to me tomorrow and Tuesday, right? Because
I think you're both gonna lose. I think that's what could potentially
Yeah,
happen.
but then
I think
okay,
it'll be a
all right,
draw.
Which
yo,
would be a
let's
very
okay, hold
fucking
on.
anticlimactic
No,
thing,
there's
by the way.
there's no draws
Yeah.
on this. So how do we? So Brutally, let's decide because like it's 3-3 aggregate.
Well, you
Inter
said that
Barcelona.
Italy was gonna. You said that Italy was gonna mog every British team, and it looks like two
Yes,
British
and
teams are
that's
gonna be in
happened
the
so
other
far.
finals.
That's already happening.
No,
right?
but it looks like Chelsea and Man United are gonna be in the other final, and it looks like
Yeah.
Chelsea are gonna be in the
but
other
I
final.
didn't make a bet on that. I mean, I would have liked
No,
that.
but
to
I
happen,
think
but-
the root of this was that Italian teams were gonna mog all
Yeah,
English
no, in the
teams. I think,
chain.
was
No, the root of this was that
and the Italians are superior in every way.
Bodak went off about how phantasmagorical Liverpool is historically in the UEFA Champions League, and I go, you know what? I bet Inter outlasts not only Liverpool. It was just Liverpool with Bodak. Liverpool lost their next game.
I'm
to
surprised
Paris
it was
Saint-Germain.
Arsenal that clung in this long, by the way. But
I mean,
Yeah, Arsenal
like,
about to finish third in a 2-horse race. That's like how shit their ending of the season is.
yeah,
I love how much Bodak hates Arsenal and is accurate about how they.
it's
like,
Arsenal.
how does that
It's
make you feel,
Arsenal
Bruce?
fans. You don't live here, Giuliano. You don't know how insufferable those cunts are.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
They are the worst
yeah, no,
fan base
They
yeah,
are.
Frankie,
in the
They are
country.
yeah, Frankie, we talked about that. I was, same thing in Italy with
They are
like
fucking
Empoli
terrible.
fans of the world. But anyway, all right. So just really quick. So okay, so we can't have a draw. That can't happen. So it's like how we get. So like, all right. So Inter's 3-3 aggregate with Barcelona. And Arsenal's down 1-0 aggregate Paris Saint-Germain. So like, if Inter and Arsenal lose, like, is it who scored more goals? Like, how do we do this?
How about you
one
extend
team-
it to the final? Do you have like different views on who's going to win the final if Barcelona and PSG get through?
I can't see
Um,
anyone beating that PSG team this season. They're so fucking solid.
They are the most balanced.
Yeah,
It's
they
that
can, their
that
offense
wing
can
press
do
that
it.
they've got. They're doing something so unique. If you watch them when they play,
Yeah.
they're playing a triangle at
they're
the back,
so
which
good
is a
defensively
motherfucker
as
to put
well.
a ball through. And watch how they press the wings. It's no one else is playing like that.
They're like slightly less good than Barcelona at attacking, and slightly less better than Inter at defending. But they can do both of them.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
But Barcelona is struggling
Yeah, their
to
defenders
defend
are
anything
less
at the
good.
moment. But
So how should we do it?
it's hard because they've got both teams have got those players that can just come alive in a game.
It's a
And we
one-off
saw-
game. So
yeah.
it's tough.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like just bet wise, right? So like, I mean, Inter's ahead 3-1 on goals, but is it like so both teams lose, right? What
No,
how
but
do
they've
we?
also conceded 3 goals. So
Yeah, I don't think it's really
That-
fair
yeah,
either
yeah,
because
that's
they're
what I'm
not
saying.
playing.
So,
They
like,
haven't got the
how
same
do we-
competition.
yeah,
So
It's just going to be a draw. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, you have to go
No,
by the
no,
result.
no.
But
fucking
technically, I do actually win. I'll
such
take
a
the moral
typical
victory
American attitude.
because
No draws. So go on.
yeah, because
because
I
why?
did
The
say
mustache?
I did say that the English teams are better in Europe. That was how the conversation started. That the Premier League as the best football in the whole of the world.
It's
and
produced
in
the
Europe.
most finalists. Out of the last 30 years, it's produced the most Champions League finalists as well.
And so far,
okay, yeah, but that's my going forward.
What I said has been backed up. The fact that we had Villa, Arsenal in a quarter final, we had Liverpool make it through into the knockout stage. We might even have Arsenal go through to the final.
Then what happened? But my bet was
then on top of that, we've got Man United, we've got Tottenham, we've got Chelsea, all fighting in Europe.
For the first time, like Man United barely made it through on penalty kicks.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter whether they bet. But that's Man United.
I understand.
When they were winning,
Man United and Tottenham
when they were winning
championships
and titles,
and they're still doing well.
Yeah, that is true.
I think if it's a draw, you should carry it over to next year and just raise the stakes.
I do. I think it should be.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Why not? Think about it. If it's a draw and brutally goes on to win next year, you got to keep the tash for 3 months instead of 1.
No, I want his McLaren.
All right, bro, you got, if you can match this buyer's price, bro, you got it. I'll give it to you. If you can do that, like, Jesus fuck.
I've got $5. I've got $5 if you want it.
That's British pounds, mate. That's like $50.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, the
Good
pound.
start.
You know how you got a good deal. I'm expecting an even better deal. I'll buy your McLaren for 5 whole English pounds. How about that?
You did offer it to me for free earlier, so that's a pretty good deal.
No. I didn't offer it to you for free. I offered it to you, I said that, like, Bodak, if you put your house up, right, for like on the line.
Yeah, the one with all my kids' bedrooms.
Because you're so sure that I don't have a McLaren that I'm selling as an asset, by the way. Not that I'm driving. Like, that's a very important distinction, right? If you're so sure about that, right? Put up your house.
I mean, Bodak, would your kids mind moving into the McLaren?
And I will give you and then
mate, my lad's learning how to drive. I'll teach him in the McLaren.
That's a terrible idea, bro. Don't do that.
It's not. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, what's Mailson banging on about now?
What? Yeah. Oh,
he's going on about the monetization for some bullshit reason again.
Who's monetization?
Yeah, we need to get you monetized.
I don't know.
Really.
No, it's Mailson's banging on about it. He's saying I'm grifting donos. I'm not.
Dude, I love it.
I never asked for donos.
It's like trivia, an 84-inch reach. It's not a fucking flex. That's so annoying. Like, all right, so no, I don't want there to be any possibility of a draw in this bet. Really, we gotta figure out exactly, and we can figure it out really fast right now. So, like, is it gonna be? It's like, yeah, it's a draw 3-3 aggregate Inter Barcelona, and
nah, fuck the goal thing. You got to come up with something.
It's not a fair comparison. They're not playing the same teams. It's not like the level of competition.
Right, but equal. It's like. The level of competition, Barcelona's winning La Liga,
They have no defense, and you know it, Gilly. Let's not pretend. You know the game. They have no defense.
Yeah,
their tactic is to outscore the other team.
Literally just throw the kitchen sink and just outscore.
As much as what Bodak said about Paris Saint-Germain's offense is true, they also look at the second game with Villa, where they almost fucking... Like Donnarumma.
Yeah, but it gives you the advantage right from the offset. It's like saying, "Here, take this +2 goal."
You got to work a lot harder to score against PSG than you do Barcelona. It's that simple. You can't. You can't compare the two. It's not fair.
Okay. So like, what if goals cancel each other out? So then it would be a 0 right now for me, and it would be a -1 aggregate.
The only fair way to do it is the results. That's it. It's the only fair way. The bet was who progressed
the thing is,
further.
Gilly, if you think about it, right now you're in an advantageous position because Inter are going home and Arsenal have to go
I'm
to
confident
France.
enough that Inter does win.
So if
Okay,
you
how
get a
about
draw
this?
from here, you should be like, well, it just
If
wasn't
it's
meant to
okay,
be.
so if both teams, like if Arsenal and Inter both lose inside of 90 minutes, right? Then it's a draw. If one team or the other at least goes to overtime,
Again, you have the
then
advantage because you're at a draw, whereas they're one goal down.
all
So
they
it's
have
the
to do
same-
is score. All they have to do is
it's the
score.
same-
Though.
Gilly, you got to
All
call
Inter
it a
have to
draw.
do is just hold what they've already got.
You got to call it a
It's the
draw,
same
carry it
thing.
over to next year. It's the only fair way
Yeah,
to resolve
that's
it.
the only thing that you can do. But he's too
Bro.
pussy to do that because he knows
What's the
it's a
what's
one-off.
the
It's a
what's the
one-off
outcome of
for
the
a
bet
pussy to
exactly?
wait a year.
What's the
That's what
outcome
a
of the
pussy
bet?
does.
Yeah, yeah, pussy.
I don't even know what the stakes are.
Dude, I would knock that hat off your head. You know I would do it.
And I'd fucking spike you on your head. I'd pick you up. I'd spike you on your fucking head. Yeah.
I was
I'd
just
pick you
on
up.
my head.
So I'd dump you on your fucking head. I'd pick you up.
But I'd take your
spike you
glasses
on your
too, and then you
fucking
wouldn't be
head.
able to see.
Do you think I'm like Mr. Magoo? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, Gilly! Oh, fucking hell! I can see.
I don't know.
Your
They look
bright
really
fucking,
thick. They look
look
so
at
thick.
you, showing your teeth. Like I'm not fucking blind. Look at you taking a little fucking
I
cigarette
don't,
smoke.
bro.
You
I have no
fucking
idea.
dirty little
Your
fuck.
glasses look thick. Maybe they're just squared off. So
I love how you thought you could just pluck the glasses off his nose, fret forth, the fret is neutralized. He's just walking around with his arms outstretched.
I don't. But you know, like people with really
can't
thick
see!
glasses.
Where'd he go? It's just a
Drew,
blur.
in
I'm
England, do
fucked.
they have the thing? Do they have like where you have to wear your glasses at a certain point to drive, or it's illegal? Like depending on how bad your vision is.
Yeah, you have to be able to read license plates and road signs.
Right.
Yeah.
Really, do you have to wear your glasses when you're driving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but a road sign's like 100 meters away. You're going to be a foot away.
Yeah, but it would be a little bit. It also just the shock of having the glasses ripped off his face would be a little.
Why would that be a shock?
He takes them off every night before bed. It's not like he's like, what the fuck?
Does it happen all the time, dude? When you're walking through life, people just snatch your glasses.
Well, no. In September, October, September, I got into a fight in town. I went out drinking.
Oh, seriously?
My friend was getting a takeaway. I stood outside. A group of lads came over. They were that pissed. One of them fell over, and then all the others just fell consecutively into this guy who'd fallen over. And I was laughing my head off. And they got up and they went, "What you laughing at?" And I went, "You." Of course, that never ends well. They came up. I misjudged the situation. I thought, "There's no way he's going to hit me." And he fucking hit me, and my glasses went off. So I got into a street fight recently.
Wait, so he hit you like close fit, like cracked you in the face, and then what happened?
So he was telling me fuck off, and obviously I couldn't see. And then he was squaring up to me. Then the other guys came running over, and I misjudged the situation a lot. I thought, right. I thought he was further away than he was. He cracked me, and then another one cracked me from the side, and then this guy from fucking nowhere comes flying down. He's a kickboxer. So me and this kickboxer I think he was called Jamie, we were getting into it with these two fucking fat meatheads, and then the police came and broke us up.
Damn. Did you landed on one of them though, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's fucking scary though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, what's scary is like, my friend didn't even see it happen. I was only out with one lad. If all my friends had been there, it's a different story. It's like fair's fair. But when there's like 4 or 5, you can't really do much. You can't really do much, and because I'm stubborn, like I'm not going to walk away. I've got too much of an ego. I should have just fucking walked the other way, but I didn't. I'm too stubborn. What? Tis what it is. You get that.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. There's
Yeah,
2
I
weeks
always
ago.
walk away now.
It's yeah.
Always
It's
2 weeks ago.
it's
Wow.
the better option because it's not about ego. It's not about pride. It's not about
Yeah.
I'm a tougher guy than you. It's about shit in a street fight. It's not like it's not fair. It's never fair. That like at any point you don't know the guy you're standing across from doesn't pull out a fucking knife. You don't know if they go and pull out a gun.
Yeah.
You don't know if they go and grab a metal bar and fucking whack you, or the friends go and come in from behind and fucking crack you on the back of your head. Like it's not like getting into a cage and going, we're having a fair fucking fight. We're going to see who's the fucking strongest guy. It's different.
Yeah, you always get to tap out in
It's
training,
just
don't you?
chaos.
Yeah. There's too many unknown factors, so it's not worth it. And I need to be better with shit like that because I'm too stubborn. Grew up with all the lads, and you just get into it all the time. So, but yeah, I was more calmer. I didn't initiate it for a change, which was good. I was just like they were like, "What are you laughing at?" I was like, "You," and he was like, "Why?" And I was like, "It was funny," and he was like, "Boosh." So it is what it is.
It's crazy. I mean, crazy-ish, but that good story though.
But
It's cool.
yeah, I can't see enough without my glasses, Giuliano.
All right, cool.
All right. Can we end it there? Because I'm fucking tired.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. See you later.
All right.
Oh wait, before we go, is there anybody who's like streaming right now who deserves like a
Oh,
you know,
good
let's
question.
do that.
I mean, I guess I'm not allowed to.
Who maybe people don't know. No, because Giddy, we're at the end of the stream.
I know.
Situation.
I'm just doing both actually.
There's that better guy, better MMA, as he's online right now. Oh, I don't know who he is.
If Orange Cat's live,
is Orange Cat on or
maybe I don't know. I gotta check.
There's a guy called Ajive Pix. Who the fuck's he?
Aiden Ross rebranded himself to Paradox. I thought that was the Paradox we know live.
No, wait, what? Wait, hold on. What happened?
There's a channel called Paradox with Aiden Ross.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah,
what?
1.5K.
How many?
Yeah, it's Aiden Ross's new channel.
Oh,
yeah, he's rebranded himself to Paradox.
HD.
You're
Yeah, but it's
fucking
1X, not okay. My Paradox,
it's 1X.
Paradox our Paradox is fucking 1X. It's 2X's. Sorry.
Giuliano, you're just always having your separate conversation to yourself, aren't you?
No, I'm
just
not.
Like talking over everyone, having a separate conversation.
Subscribe to Paradox the chat.
Oh my god, we're gonna be here
Subscribe
forever.
to Good Noodle MMA. Subscribe to Brutally Honest.
I'm going. See you
later,
boys.
Subscribe to Fight Night Frankie.
Oh wait, So who are we raiding then? If that's
I can't see anyone on my end.
Hold on,
Giuliano.
I mean,
yeah, Gilly's going to be live for like the next 5 hours.
I'm like scared to self-promote because
don't do it in the middle of a stream, Gilly. You're literally at the end now. This is the time to actually.
This is the time to do it.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it in the middle of the stream. But I mean, I just.
Well, I'm off to bed, so I'm not going to.
But you know, we talked about it, bro. There's a misunderstanding between you and me. The fact that musical.
You apologize. We moved on.
Are you jumping back on Giuliano? Are you staying live? Is what you're saying?
Nah, I'm probably. Yeah, are you gonna... not for a while at least. So oh wait, hold on. If
there's someone you have that you can promote, then while there's people in here, then go for it.
Do you remember Mr. Everyone subscribes to Paradox.
All right, yeah. Cheers for having us on, Frankie. It's been
a pleasure as always.
I'll help you out. I'll leave. we duck out now. Help you. At least you can take one step forward. But yeah, cheers, guys. I will.
Cheers, brother.
I'll see you guys
yo,
on
raid
Monday.
Chris, you know what? Yo, Chris Gray, raid Chris Gray.
Is Chris Gray on now?
Yeah, yo, Chris, are you going live? Yeah, he said.
Can you
like,
send?
fucking
Can you
raid me,
send
please,
Chris's
like.
channel then?
Or no, wait, is he or is Chris? Oh my god, yo, Chris, do we have fucking problems, bro? I thought we cleared this shit up, dude. Why, like, I literally would have just raided you if that was your actual channel. Frank, Ulysses, go live, dude.
Yeah, you should go live. Yeah, no, Aaron Tats has turned up just at the wrong moment. Good.
Yeah.
By the way, Caravaggio, thanks for hanging out as well. I always appreciate having you guys in here. You guys make this what it is. So I appreciate having all of you here.
Yo,
Crystal just
Scarlett,
turns up right at the last
don't
second as
subscribe
well.
to JVD, Scarlett. He's gonna give you shit for being Mexican. He's a racist and a fucking Nazi, and also a virgin.
Oh,
Peace.
fuck, we almost got out of here. We almost got out of here unscathed. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Yeah. So I'll catch you all tomorrow or Tuesday, and obviously we do these every Sunday. So subscribe to Bodak, subscribe to Giuliano, subscribe to JVD. JVD is a good lad. Subscribe to Usalis. I'm gonna head to bed now because I'm fucking exhausted, and yeah, it's been fun having you guys here as always. I'll catch you all on the next one. Have a great night. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend wherever you are. Take it easy, people.